Mays Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like Mays said. Remy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we about 60 years old. I be done had a heart
You
attack.
gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah.
I don't like that one.
Because I'm the boss of this family.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
What's in it for the black people? What's in it? What's in it for the black people? I'm in it. What's in it for the black people? What's in it? What's in it for the black people? I'm in it. For the black people. For the black people. For the black people. For the black people. For the black people, for the black people, for the black people, for the black people. What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. For the black people, 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 for the black people. What's in it for the black people? You know it. What's in it for the black people? Let's show it. What's in it for the black people? You know it. What's in it for the black people? Let's show it. For the black people. 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 For the black people, 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 for the black people.
WIFTBPM.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Mays said. Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to Senate. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Lenders give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up to seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. It's a new year. Same me. But it's a new year. And wait a minute, is it already Tuesday? We are blowing up. On the first Tuesday of the year, that's right, it is January 3rd, 2023, which means you have 27 days until the greatest day of the year for me, at least. It will be my birthday on January 30th. But it's a new year, y'all. You know, it's like people be like, New Year, me, new me. I be like, that's a lie. You can't go that fast in one. You can't change that much in 1 minute. Nah, you can't. No, you can't. People don't change. They can add and subtract, but they don't change. So I don't know if it's New Year, new me. It might be time to reevaluate the plan. It might, I get reflective at the end of the year. I start counting at the end of the year. Like, I be like, you start counting your wins, you count your losses, you look at your expenses, you look at your income, it's like a time of evaluation and I think one of the things you do is you look at the end of the year and you be like, do I end it on a plus or a minus? Right? And I remember I used to be very, 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 man, you'll be at the end of the year and you'll be running around, you'll be running in circles trying to put it all together. But it seems like now I'm in a space, I really enjoy the 50 plus. I gotta be honest with you. I'm a lot chiller. I don't have no resolutions, but I do know that I will do better to appreciate the people that appreciate, I do think I'm in reciprocality. And it's like, I feel like I don't got to stress, I'm not going to stress too much this year. Like last year, I didn't stress very much. I'll be honest with you. It was a good almost, it was a, what do you call it? Not a cathartic year. But it was a time where I was like, okay, I think I finally got this. Right? Like the people that you was worried about on the horizon have taken their time out. It's like all the things, like I don't think I have an not imaginary enemy. I don't see myself right now as a swordsman. Now I think I'm going into professor mode, and then I'm going into I want to convert my professor, my last few months here, into more of a facilitator of conversation as compared to kicking up conflict. Now I'm gonna still tell you the things that I see, but I'm through. There's no need to make no new enemies when you're trying to go into a new space. And so I will try to continue to highlight the issues that mean the most to us as black folks. But, I'm moseying on to my spot. So, all right. It was a pleasant time. You got to, anyway. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. On the first show of the new year on a Tuesday. That's right, Riis, because we are blowing up on a Tuesday. Now, in case you ain't, hey man, so I went to go see my mama, right, for Christmas. She was like, Mazon, who is that Riis? He has such a nice voice. I said, well, that's all you gonna get, Ma. Because he turned his camera off. She said, oh, no, he did. I said, Ma, you know how I am, right? It's like my man had his own whole setup back there. She's like, Mazon, I just want to see. You should just put him on the camera. I say, Mom, maybe somewhere in the end, towards we get Riis's camera back. I don't even think the camera in the building no more. It's gone. The camera done left the building. It's been up. But Riis, my mom, I feel a way when my mom would be like, what? Like, and she did it on the way out on like a super smooth thing. Like, it was like I was on my way out the door. Like, I was like, Mom, I had done my little duty, dropped off my Christmas presents, brought the clothes for the homeless shelter. I felt like I was really, Mazon. Yes, Mother. Who is Riis? He has such a nice voice. You should put him on. Mom, I started to call you the other day. I was like, Mom, it wouldn't have worked. I bet it would. Mom, he ain't getting on the camera because he turned his camera off on me. Anyway, hey, y'all, it is a new year. But it's a new year. Is it a new me for you, Riis? Hey, what's up, man? How you feeling, y'all? Say what's up to my man, DJ Riis, the rule on the ones and twos. How you feeling, dog?
Blessed by the best, y'all already know the rest. Happy New Year, everybody, man. Yeah, feel good. Feel good, man.
It feels good.
Yeah. And man, they won't let me. They won't adopt me or let me on the camera. I can't. I'm over to right
you
now.
You know how when your cousin them come over, when you have guests and your mama treat the guests better than they treat you, and you be like, hold on, that's my mama.
Always.
So check it out, man. I had this my whole entire life. Like, Tennille, Tennille is everyday mom, right? And I'm more like, once a week, once a month son, right? So mom, every time she get a job and she goes somewhere and then she's like, I want you to come to my school. When you get there, everybody be like, Miss Jackson, that's my mama. I be like, dog, yeah, like, I understand y'all play this at school and stuff. But that's not your mother, right? And it's like, I know my mom is dope and everybody want to be, Miss Jackson, that's my, I done had people introduce themselves not realizing I'm her son. Like, that's my mom. No, she's not. Anyway, so Riis, no, you ain't, and the way me and Tennille are you crazy? You think we'll let her adopt somebody new? Anyway, DJ Riis the ruler, how was your holiday, man? How was your, hey man, you sent me that Will Smith thing was kind of funny, Joe. That was kind of funny. Didn't we say we wasn't coming back?
No.
Yes, dog, we said we wasn't coming back.
No, you was like, we need to find somebody to do the Thursday show with the last thing.
But we didn't find nobody. I had a couple offers, but you know what happened, Riis? It was like, Riis, you know how you get off, and I almost forgot how to turn everything. I forgot what work. I forgot what to do.
Man, I pulled up, I got up, I pulled up, and I was like, it's Kanye. So I was like, you know what? Maybe, something having this cold. I'm thinking like, all right, you got dropped off. Then, I get all the way up here. Like, it's pretty dark. I'm like, maybe the heat went out, and he got the door closed. He tried to warm up. Open the door, just turned around. Like, hey. But yeah, it was good, though.
My bad, y'all. I thought we said we wasn't coming back no more after we left up out of here, because I said I'm not doing the Ricky show. I'm going to go do the Ricky show at the Ricky joint. Hey, man, I went to the, hey, man, they need to get some better mic covers over there. I was feeling a certain way. Like, I wanted to gargle like a whole pound of scope and Listerine afterwards, because, like, they have mic covers. But the purpose of mic covers, well, I guess it is to stop the but it's up where it clearly was like they had a spit circle on it, and I was just like, oh, God. Next time I go to another station, I'm going to go somewhere. And it was funny, Riis, because it was like it was like, where all the people, you go somewhere and people been talking about you behind your back a long time ago, or even in front of you. I was it was like the progressive talk radio. It was crazy because I was walking around there and they was all looking like, Ricky, though, he was a hospitable host. He had the little white boy back there, producer. I had him cracking up. I was like, we dope, Joe. It's like, y'all don't even know how crazy. Man, Riis, let me just tell you, it's a reason that I'm over here doing this thing out the box myself. Because if they don't even want us to get to the real world. They don't really want us to get outside the box. We can stand, I promise you, if we got outside the box, we can stand every damn, we can hang with any morning show. I promise you that. I promise you. And don't let me get no entertainment in my joint. Man, please. They don't even want that. They don't even want them problems. Anyway, so Riis, I think we talked after Christmas. How was your New Year's, man? How was it? First of all, I didn't get no tips from both fields. It's okay though.
Man,
it's all right. And I know that my family was out there kicking it with you. I know people, because people was calling me like, yeah, we in both fields up. I was like, straight up, but it's okay. How did both fields go? 152nd and Cicero, y'all. It's okay. Go ahead.
So we wasn't expecting such a rush. So like Thursday was crazy because we didn't get arrested late. And then, like, both Fridays, it was, like, late rushes. So because we wasn't open Saturday and Sunday, we didn't want to overcook. Man, we was slumped over a couple of days, like a couple of times, man. And then last Friday, it was people waiting. It was people waiting outside at 11:30.
And you can't never, let me tell you, don't be the people that's outside at 11:30. Because if you outside at 11:30, you're not getting the best barbecue. I'm just telling you, right? You getting damn. They here already? So it's like, what you got in the refrigerator? Open it up, and the guy help you if it ain't nothing in the refrigerator right there, right? So I used to work at Omar's Smokehouse back in the day. Y'all know I used to work at every type of restaurant it was. So the secret to barbecue is you got to get that after like 5 o'clock. Real talk. Like, real talk, if you eating barbecue before 5 o'clock, unless they open unless they was there. Like, now, if you drive by there and it's like 8 in the morning and there's smoke coming out the chimney, you straight. But go a little later. But Riis, so both fields was cracking, huh? Hey, y'all, both fields, I'm going to tell you, both fields, if you in the Southland, y'all make sure y'all check them out. Get some of that good old barbecue and then call Riis out the kitchen. He come out the kitchen with an attitude. He come out with an attitude because he like, man, I'm Riis, but I got to work. He ain't DJ Riis the rule at both fields. And he like, man, I need my barbecue. That's what Riis a different person when you go to the barbecue joint. He didn't even want to say hello to me, y'all. I drove all the way. He's like, see how people when they talk to you, they want to talk to you when you at work, right? Come on out there. Hey man, what you doing? Right, you see all these people out here, right? You ain't got nothing. Come on, man, let's just take a picture. Look, Riis, I made Riis' whole family take a picture too. I was like, come on out, everybody. That's all right though. I'm telling you, I'm what they call a social influencer. I know y'all don't believe it, but I really am. It's like, 'cause when I go places, it'd be like, oh, I'll be like, I stopped being social though. You notice I don't really post on social media that much, y'all? I used to post like 3 and 4 times a day, 5 sometimes. Now I just be like, oh, never mind. I'll just keep it to myself. I was thinking, yeah, never mind. No one wants to hear what I have to say. I'll save it for tomorrow. Anyway, y'all, it's my man DJ Riis the Rule on the ones and twos, back for the new year. All right, Riis, what it means like we locked and loaded. Let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet. We are up and away. Now, I must tell y'all, I got to tell you, Riis, I did order ink. I ordered ink before we left. I done got 20 other packages, but not the damn ink. So I got to roll without the thing, so you got to fly solo. I might be able to email it to you. All right, but it's 2023. I said New Year, same me. Just better. Just better. Oh, man. Can I tell y'all, shout out to the committee who put together the Wiftable One Winterfest. Can I tell y'all how much fun the Winterfest was? In case y'all don't know, annually, What's in It for the Black People, now What's in It for the Black People 1, throws an annual shindig for the holidays, and we got postponed. We got punked by the fake weather that never came except for the cold. Reason they was acting like some, I told you it was the coochification of Chicago, but I'm going to let that be the fake blizzard. Riis, man, the pate was off the chizang for shizang, and I must tell you that you ever been to a concert where the singer is like he could have, you feel like he could have took all the ladies up out the joint? Dog. Hey man, we had a time that when he hit that James Brown note, it was. I just need for y'all to understand, if you are not, What's in It for the Black People, the planning committee for Winterfest, awesome job. Great food. Oh my God. I need to get a list. Y'all can put out a list in the chain, put out a list of the people inside the chat, because it was off the chain. So we had a great time there. Also, we had a great time for New Year's Eve at Obsidian. We threw together a last minute shindig with Simone Green. And Riis, I'm here to tell you, y'all ain't gonna be ready for Obsidian as the live music. You gotta become a member though. You can't even come if you ain't a member. So you better get ready, because the memberships is coming out this week. But Obsidian was the place to be for the intimate affairs. You know, man, I got to mix up the singing though. I can't listen. You know, sometimes, Riis, you got to get a man and a woman like to sing, because the women be singing. You know, you know how the women be singing. You need like a man to make sure that it's some balance. It's some balance in the room. But I had a great New Year's Eve. Me and Carrie rocked our Jordans in some fancy gear. Everybody came dressed up. It was only friends and family. So it was like, it was a nice little shindig. Nobody was working except for Erica, who always got to work, and Swill. Shout out to my man, Big Swill, who puts it down so often, and he gets the heart. He catches the most because I got the most expectations. But shout out to Big Swill for holding it down as well. All right, y'all. That is New Year's. We're back into the New Year, so I want New Year. Is it New Year or New Year's? Happy New Year New Year's? Isn't it Okay, it's Happy New Year, but is it Happy New Year's Eve? You don't say Happy New Year's. You say Happy New Year. But when it's Happy New Year's Eve, is it YEAR''S or years, like possessive?
You gotta be possessive. I don't know. I think.
No. So I stopped doing it. That's why I say Mary, right? Like, yeah. All right. So anyway, that's why I say Mary. That's why I say New Year. Happy New Year. So Happy New Year to everybody. We are off and up and away. The mayor's race, Riis, you need to start your engines. So find us a rum. We need that for 7 o'clock, because it's going to start your engines. It is time for the mayor's race. Lori Westerfield made fun of me. She said, Mays, you kept giving everybody grace. You said if they weren't on TV before Christmas, they was going to lose. Well, ain't nobody been on TV but the mayor before Christmas, and she gonna lose. So maybe I'm wrong, but this week, I'm just telling you, this is the week for the Brandon Johnsons and everybody polling underneath that number that you got to get on TV. Shout out to can I tell you what? I must send a big shout out to Dr. Willie Wilson, Paul Vallis, and Willie Wilson, Paul Vallis, and Brandon Johnson, who all sent me holiday wishes personally. And I thought that was pretty meaningful. Thanking us for the platform. That means thank you to you all, because I got some thoughts on this whole mayor's race, and we're going to talk about it a little bit later. Did you see this, Riis? Hey, Riis, what's my other name? What's my other name? What do I, when I put my crown on, what do I call myself?
What you done predicted now?
What do I call myself now? The Maestradamus, right? Mm-hmm. What number did I put on the immigrants, Riis? How much I say per?
What do you say, like a
5,000 per. Right now, the mayor just asked for $53.5 million for the immigrants that are in Chicago. The governor said, hold up, we done gave y'all all we giving you. What's my name? The Maestradamus? The Maestradamus? Can y'all type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. You are the Maestradamus. $53.5 million. The mayor is asking the governor for the state of Illinois for emergency appropriation. $53.5 million. Riis, didn't we sit here and do the calculator? We did remember when I did the 5,000 times da-da-da times da-da-da equals da-da-da-da-da. Bam. Remember, and she gave us a budget, and they said they had $10 million in there for it? And I was like, now, you done already spent that money. But y'all don't want to, Riis, see, this is why I'm leaving. This is why I'm leaving. Y'all don't want to hear me, though. It just y'all gonna wait for the bricks to fall in for y'all listen to the Maestradamus. But I told $53.5 million the mayor is asking the state of Illinois for. We'll talk about it a little bit later. Aldermanic races, man, everything is up for grabs. Riis, we got to dig into some of these aldermanic races because history is being reshaped. History is being reshaped in this space. And I think there's some real issues that we got to talk about because I do not think that everything is going to just be in the mayor's race. And I want to talk about that a little bit later. Did you see that the Democrats blocked bail reform, Riis? So remember how it was going to be no cash bail on the first? The Democratic the Democratic Supreme Court blocked no bail. So they say, oh, no, you still got to pay bail. Now, the Supreme Court is Democratic. I think that it was a setup. You think the people in Highland Park don't want any bail? So what you got to do is oh, am I doing it again? See, I'm telling y'all too much. But it's okay. It's okay. So you mean I spent $10 million getting you elected and you going to vote against my... Look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take the pressure off everybody. Let's let the judges do it. Because it's only 7 of them. So now, Riis, the Supreme Court done blocked bail reform, and so there's more than one way to skin a cat. But I know y'all don't want to hear me, though. That's because my name is the Maestradamus, and y'all don't want to give me my props. Riis, you heard about the assault weapons ban?
Yeah.
Hey, Riis, that's crazy. So I went out and practiced with an assault weapon this weekend with Joe. I could tell you why they don't want a lot of people to have them. But just rest assured, I'm got mine. Them shells be like, dunk. I was like, dang, that's a big. But I feel like I want to talk about this because this assault weapons ban, they're making it for black people. But y'all know what it's about, right? Do you know what this assault weapons ban is about?
No.
Highland Park. Have you been seeing them commercials on TV though? About the black lady, and she was like, my daughter could have been a graphic artist. She could have been anything. Like, Riis, black people been getting killed by assault weapons every single day, every single night. That is how people die. It is, and it's the and as Angela says, it's the switch. It's what's getting all the people killed. Now, Riis, all of a sudden, now assault weapons ban. I told you JB want to pass the assault weapons ban so he can say when he on the stage, I did it in Illinois. But they understand the hypocrisy of like all the black people getting killed. So check this out. They hired a white agency to find black people to put in TV commercials to make black people feel sympathetic about an assault weapons ban so that they can pass a law for Highland Park. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later too. The Idaho, Riis, did you hear about the Idaho murder? Remember the Idaho murder? So there was 4 college students in Idaho, Idaho, who were killed in their sleep, murdered, and 2 people lived. Turns out that the person that came in was a graduate student in criminology and came in and killed 4 people and then drove home from Idaho to Pennsylvania where they picked him up a month and a half later. So he was studying how to be I feel like, you remember that show Dexter? Where he was a killer and he was the investigator? I feel like he was trying to be a modern day Dexter. Byron Sigcho Lopez, who endorsed Fritz Kagi, by the way, wants to now propose a law that says that property taxes can only be raised by 25%. Because Fritz Kagi raised his property taxes by 40%. Riis, when they say elections have consequences, I just want y'all to remember that. He said, I want to let you know that that's the one who be talking like that. Well, I'm just letting you know. Now you voted for it. Riis, Pele, the Pope Benedict, and Barbara Walters all died. That was the 3. All died in last year before we went off air. And then, okay, what's up with the Bulls, Joe? 71. Donovan Mitchell scored 7. Riis, who is Donovan Mitchell?
Spider. I don't know who Spider is. Man, what?
Well, 71 points, I suppose I need to know. That's more than LeBron, ain't it?
Oh yeah, I think that's like the 4th highest score.
71 points against the Bulls. Oh my goodness, Gangsta Boo. Gangsta Boo passed at age 43. That was this year though. That wasn't last year, but she did pass. Oh, Riis. Man. And he signed the letter. It's all right. It's the Maze Jackson Show, y'all. I think that's all my headlines. So when we come back, speaking of sports, we're going to talk about some sports when we come back. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. I got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler, on the 1s and 2s. Hey, to the YouTube users, check out the super chats. I got super stickers and super chats now. So you want to support the Maze Jackson Show, now you can purchase your super chat, super sticker, and I will give you some shouts out. But don't act like you're brand new. Come on, get in it. Y'all talk about y'all support the Maze Jackson Show on YouTube with the super chat or a super sticker. You'll see that little $sign down at the bottom of your chat box. And if you do, you can hit that button and send us a donation. Let us know you love us. Hey, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
Tune in to the Maze Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m., where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 a.m. That's right, it's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Maze said. We out of here. Peace.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion have to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, and I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:40 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler on this new year with your local sports, traffic, and weather update. As we head over to sports, as said before, the Chicago Bulls allowed Donovan Mitchell to score 71 points as the Bulls will lose in OT 145 to 135. As we head over to traffic on the Kennedy, overhead to the Loop will be 24 minutes, outbound will be 19. On the Edens, inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange and back will be 30 minutes, while the Eisenhower is 29 minutes in both directions. The Stevenson, 31 minutes in both directions, while the Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 33 minutes, 31 minutes to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 15 minutes to the Loop, 13 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Drive, 55th to Jackson will be 8 minutes. Jackson to 55th will be 9 on the south side and 8 minutes north. That's Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr to Randolph. Today's weather, it is currently 42 and raining. Today will be a high of 46 with a low of 40. Expect scattered showers throughout the city until 5 p.m. I'm Riis the Ruler. Happy Tuesday. Happy New Year. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. God's gonna turn it around.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. And I got to say what's up to my first super chatter, Frey Lana. Lana L with the $4.99. For $4.99, bands will make you dance. No, I'm just playing. Shout out to Frey Lana, better known as Lana L on YouTube. Y'all check out the new feature we got. We got the new super chats. It's the super chat and what's the super stickers, right? And it'll put your message up. You can be highlighted on the brand. You can put in any donation. Support the Maze Jackson Show. If you're digging the content, if you like what we talking about, and you're on YouTube, man, YouTube, you ain't got no stars. People been saying, Maze, you won't tell me how we can support you. Well, let me just tell you like that. Freylana just went she just got one piece of 1 hour for Christopher Divine say let's make it. See, now I might be distracted, Riis. $12.50. Did you say 12? Well, good Lord, for $12.50, we gonna say Christopher Divine. Christopher Divine. Would you like me to read the comment? Let's not ignore these aldermanic races. Lots of changes coming to the city council in 2023. I do agree with you on that, Christopher Divine, and we're gonna talk about that. I actually am going to do a ward by ward breakdown. Oh my! Well, hold on. Did you see Marjorie Taylor just hit us with $99 US? Marjorie, talk about making a brother's day.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Okay. I'm just telling you, man.
Another one.
Hey, Daryl, I'll figure out a food if they got a food stamp method, we're going to get it in there, too. Anyway, y'all, this is the Mace Jackson Show. I am Marjorie L. Tatum. Look, I'm going to let y'all know. Today So here's the premise. The premise is, Riis, before the break, I dropped off a check for 10 stacks to the radio station, right? Plus salaries, plus the lights, plus the heat, plus the whatever. And I really... I must tell you all that part of what I am working on is trying to, as some of you have said, is let us know. So I'm trying to put every tool that is in the toolbox to go ahead and make it crack, right? So I want to thank everybody. Marjorie, thank you so much for the love and appreciation. And I'm going to make sure that we have a special recognition. Matter of fact, one of these days we're going to do that breakfast over at Obsidian. Post-show breakfast. But I thank y'all. That means a lot to me that you all tried it out. I was a little nervous to put it up there, but thank you so much. All right. Riis. So we was talking about basketball before we went. Okay, so for real though. Riis.
Spider.
71 points.
Man.
He got 8 legs or something? What's the deal? Why they call him Spider, man? Cause he got a lot of arms and a lot of.
That's the way he used to dunk and hang on rims, and the man is a bucket, man. He's over there carrying Utah. All of them years that Utah was good.
I didn't know Utah was ever good.
What? Utah.
I thought that was I thought that was Rudy Gobert.
What? No, Rudy Gobert was just like.
Wasn't he the player of the year though?
He was the defensive, but he was only scoring like 8 points every now and then, 10, but like he was like a 10-point, 15 rebound guy, maybe like 3 blocks. Like he was defensive, but every day Donovan Mitchell came out there and put up 40, 50 for them. Yeah, now that's Spider, man. Unfortunately, it's us. We hold that record, and we hold the one where the most points ever scored in the quarter. Klay Thompson when he came to the Bulls, and we just look bad out there, man. They just breaking records on us, man.
Goodness gracious!
71.
Shout out to Antonio for the $3. It's kind of underwhelming now that Marjorie put. No, just play. Just play. Thank you. Thank you to everybody that is exercising the super chat and super stickers today. Antonio's got the pair character stretching his arm forward with his thumbs up. Thank you. So Riis got me thinking about sports. And yesterday, Riis, the bowl season just don't seem the same no more. The 2 national championship games were the playoff games were dope. I enjoyed both of those games. I think somebody needs to check the kicker on Ohio State. I feel like that was a setup, but that's a whole nother story. But Riis, so I was kind of footballed out, but I really wanted to. So I was watching Billions, but I was like, I'll come in on the I'll watch an episode of Billions, and that'll put me right before halftime, right? And Riis, when I came out of Billions, I saw that the game had been stopped, and I was trying to figure out what had happened. And then I kept then I was looking at the announcers, and Booger McFarland and old girl when they was looking crazy and they was crying, and they not crying, but it was like eerie. And then they said that the game they were trying to decide if it was going to be postponed or started. And so I went to Twitter and found the video of Damar Hamlin and his injury. And Riis, when I saw the play, I was like, holy moly. And my instinct immediately was, are they going to put him back on the field? I mean, not put him back on the field. Are they going to continue to play the game? And in my mind, after I picked up the gravity of the situation, I must say that I've softened over the years. And I said, and I think I typed on Facebook, they better not play the game. They better not continue the game. But then, I thought about the money. And I thought about the playoff implications. Riis, open up the phone lines. And I want y'all to give us a call at 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474, because I was really thinking about the concept of the show must go on. And so as soon as you get that, Riis, I want you to get ready to hit the button. You ready? Hit the button.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Should the NFL have continued the game after the Damar Hamlin injury? Now, I know that our immediate instinct is to be like, no, and I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Riis, I saw the hit. He got up, he adjusted his helmet, and then he fell straight out. I didn't think that he fell out because of initially I thought it was a head injury. Now we find out that it was cardiac arrest. And in 2020, if this was 1971, remember there was a guy who died playing the Bears on the field? Yep. We have seen Hank Gathers, right, who collapsed. We have seen people have major catastrophes in football and basketball and in every major sport. And the sport, and after they figure out what's going on, Riis, they generally continue the game. As a matter of fact, I don't know that I can remember a time in history, regardless of the injury, we have seen people's legs twisted off, broken in many ways, hits that at one point were made highlight reels of. And yesterday set a precedent that I don't know that I've ever seen before. I think the NFL honestly wanted the game to continue. I think, what's the Skip Bayless said, I can't believe that this game is being stopped. Even though the injury is horrific, I can't believe the game is being stopped because of the playoff implications, right? Like, just tickles and giggles. Whole stadium full of people, they postpone or suspend the game between the Bengals and the Buffalo Bills, who are all three competing for the AFC Championship. champions. There's got to be at least, what'd you say, $200 million bet on the game across the country at least? At least. At least. I believe that the coaches, I believe that the league would have scooped that man up, put him in an ambulance, and blew the whistle and started the game because they said the game would be back in 5 minutes. And the players said, oh, no, we're not coming back in 5 minutes. Now, this is football. And Riis, we have seen people collapse before on the field. What made this injury different? Was it the cardiac arrest? The CPR? What made this different than any other game? And should the NFL have stopped it? Give us a call. 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Well, and I do think it is a sign of the times because I said stop the game. Don't play the game. But with the economic impact, the long-term ramifications, do they make the game up? Riis, there was 70,000 people in the stadium? Do they turn the lights back on? Do they say we got to give you an extra game this week? It was a call, 872.
It was the right thing to do. You had to stop the game. It's too much. It's a national, like you're trying to say, it's a change in time. So to see someone do that, to pass out on the, like, we see injuries, but you said that was how long ago we seen that? You said 19. What?
I mean, I remember Daryl Stingley though.
So, you know, so I just you can't do that in today's time now. You know, it's like paying respects. That man passed out, heart stopped. They had to, you know, bring him back to life. You know, we don't know how much time that he was gone without, you know, oxygen to his brain. We don't know if he okay, stuff like that. And then, you know, like you said, with it being that much money on the line, you could look at it two ways. You could look at it as, you know, do you want the game to keep going on because of that? Are the players in their right minds? You know, who's focused, anything? So it's a lot of things that's to really think about. But I think they did the right job and not play it, even though it's gonna be revenue loss, like you trying to say. You know, I made a bet on FanDuel. FanDuel is still holding on to that money, even though the game is suspended. That's how crazy it is. Like, you know, you said you playing devil's advocate because it's a lot of stuff like that that's in consideration. But they did the right thing by stopping the game, man. Somebody could have, you know, like that man, 24 years old. You know.
So do they? So do they play next week?
It was some parents, right? Yeah, for sure. Hold on, dude. Who play next week?
Do you think this changes the game? Will there be something else that they can do? Like, I guess my question is,
I think the teams probably will. It's crazy, but I think they might come together and just accept the draw. They probably just, like, in respects, because you got to count the game. It'll be too hard. For them to not count the game. A replacement game. But do you start with the same score? But like how do you get that momentum? So
how you get your money back?
What money back? What?
FanDuel.
Oh, FanDuel probably I don't know. But, you know, it's just like, you know, you get your money to like a bookie or something, you know. So, you know, you got, I guess FanDuel might release it. They might credit your money. Knowing them, they might credit it. They might not release your actual cash to you, but they might credit it to you. So like they still got the money, you know. But yeah, I think it was the right play.
So I think that it was. I think that what I have recognized is the evolution, and let me say that we must pray for that young man, that his family, his loss. I wonder, does this become a pivotal moment for football? Like, is this a seminal football moment? I must tell you, the first time I have ever seen, I feel like the coaches, everybody else would have gone back. The kids said, we're not playing. Like, I feel like the reality of mortality, they saw it, and I wonder, does it change the game? Riis, I was sitting, I love Holy Trinity basketball right now. It's my joint. And one of our star players, the star player, like he is clearly, he could be somebody starting running back without a doubt, right? You know, so you ever seen somebody that got the quads, the build just to be a crazy running back? And his mom was just like, oh, no, he wasn't never playing football. I was like, oh, no, he could have. She's like, oh, no, he was never playing football. I'm just too worried. Do you think this is enough to make us reconsider football? Or will it just be tribute stickers on the helmet and the game goes on? Or will they make additional adjustments? Caller, you on the Mays Jackson Show.
Mays Jack.
What up? Who this?
Said, bro.
What's up, Drake? What up, Sad? How you feeling, boy?
Man, listen. I can't complain, bro, but no, they did right by stopping that game. You can't sit up there and watch a teammate have somebody pumping on that man's chest for 9 minutes and think you about to go back on that field afterwards. That was just completely different, knowing that man's heart stopped. Not knowing if that man was going to make it or not, man. That's different than watching somebody get their leg broken, being carted off the field, and then waving to the crowd afterwards and blah, blah, blah. That was just way different, man. There's no way they were supposed to make up that game, man. Money really shouldn't have had nothing to do with it at that point.
Do you think the league was trying to get the game to go still?
You know what? I think the league, I think if it was up to them, I think if the players said, let's continue the game, the league would have been all for it. I don't think the league made that decision. I think the players and possibly those coaches was like, nah, we're done. Because I saw Stephon Diggs on the sideline.
He was trying to rally him, though. Stephon Diggs was like he went straight back to that mode.
Bro, listen. When they went back into them locker rooms and they had them cameras back there outside them locker rooms, guess what? Stephon Diggs was already in a towel. He was before they even announced the game was over. He was already in a towel because he was heading down to the hospital. So, yeah, we saw him rallying, but I don't know what he was saying. But that man was the first man up out of his uniform. That's when I knew it was over. I saw him in a towel. I'm like, oh, it's a wrap.
All right, man, that's crazy.
But
like,
I wouldn't say we got soft or nothing like that. That was a different feeling, man. Like, we've all seen players get hurt, lay down. I've seen kids get their legs broke on the sideline and games continue and all of that. But to literally watch somebody literally dying in front of you, that's different.
Okay.
And they made the right call.
Okay. I'm with you. I said yesterday they shouldn't have played the game. I do feel like, thanks, Sid. I appreciate your call. We got anybody else on the line? I think that the NFL made the right call. No, let me back up. I think the players made the right call. I think if you were to have asked any of the other industries, I don't know that they would have felt the same way. So let me tell you what I think of. I think this is the capitalist part. Okay, this is the capitalist. And I think part of the reason, like, I felt like the NFL stayed on is because they got to make up all those ad dollars that people paid for that game. They got a refund. Here's what I'm telling you. Reese, if it's me after a month and nobody really cares, all of the major companies that pay for those ads, they're going to say, we want that money back. Right? When you don't get it on the affidavit. It'll be a tragic situation, but they're going to be like, I want my ad revenue back. You got to put it back. I do think that it is going to create a dilemma for the sports books. Right? Now, maybe they have a clause that says a God clause in it. But I do think that there is acts of God or something like that. I think about the vendors. I think about the whole economic system. And then I think about the implication, the economic implications. And those are all the things that Goodell has to put in. And it's interesting because I would just say, like, as families watching the thing, of course we're like, yes, you stopped the whole league. But how was it only because it was on national TV? Because, people die every day in horrific ways.
It's national televised sport, man. It brings billions of dollars in revenue to the United States. You can't have people dying on that. Like I'm trying to tell you, I guarantee the next Tom Brady, Walter Payton or somebody, mother won't let their child, play because of, things like this. So, I'm interested to see what the NFL is going to do, but you just cannot watch, like you said, like somebody reviving a person on television. Like, you can't.
I think I like Freylana's perspective the best so far. We saw a black man potentially lose his life on TV. Keep letting other communities define our worth. Those players stood up, showed black power, actually. I like that narrative. And I think that's the one I'm going to rock with. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I think that they did not have the option. Let me send a big shout out to Dr. Audrey Tanksley with the big $50. Hey, y'all, I'm going to like this super chat. Y'all might YouTube, and they do cash. They don't do stars. Shout out to Dr. Audrey Tanksley who busted down on $49.99. Let me see who else did I get. I'm on the wrong thing. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Anyway, Dr. Audrey. Shout out to Linda Jennings. Ooh. Shout out to Marjorie Tatum and Dr. Tanksley. He died on the field last night. There is no way they should play. That would have been traumatic to the players. I pray he survives. I guess that's a work hazard. Huh? There is no job worth your life, in my opinion. That's Dr. Audrey's comment. All I heard was Booger McFarland saying, we just want to play and be able to go home and make it to our families at night. It was weird because it sounded like the police, kind of. You know what I mean? All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. When we come back, we're going to, I'm going to talk about this mayor's race because we are now officially off to the races. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages. Don't forget YouTube. Check out your super chat. Facebook, y'all getting ready. They finna put it on you. They putting it on you. Don't forget you can also add stars. I also put up the other opportunities. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
After this break.
Disney on Ice presents Frozen and Encanto in one exciting family experience. Sing along with Anna and Elsa in wintry Arendelle. And celebrate the power of love. Y Familia with Mirabel and Bruno in the show everyone will be talking about. Live in your hometown. Playing Chicagoland from January 19th through February 5th. Free parking with ticket purchase. Visit DisneyOnIce.com today.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you're doing, and in my head I paint a picture. Well, since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. But won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie. Did you have to go to jail? Put your house on up for sale. Did you get a good lawyer? I hope you didn't catch a tan. I hope you find the right man who'll fix it for you. And are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your hair. Are you busy? And did you have to pay that fine that you've been dodging all the time? Are you still dizzy? Oh, yeah. Well, since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Oh, stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie. Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you're doing. In my head I paint a picture. Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, why don't you come on over, Valerie?
Back to the Mays Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For the black people, cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't toast no more. I told y'all, yeah, this a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Mays and Riis and Ruthie and Ty explaining from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed to solve wrong.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis to rule on the ones and twos, and it is a new year, man. Riis, it's a new year, and it's. Did you find my get you? Yeah, better get your motor running. Spread out on the highway. Hey, you see that, y'all? Look at that. Get your engines running. Get your engines running. Look at that. We got magic special effects. Get your engines running, y'all. That's right, because it is time to talk about the mayor's race. It is the new year. And Riis, I got to tell you, Lori K. Westerfield, member of WIFTABA and the Den and all that good stuff, she gave me the business the other day because she said, Maze, you keep moving the days back about your predictions on the mayor's race and where people need to be and if they're not on TV, etc. And Riis, remember I said if you're not on TV after Thanksgiving, then I said, okay, if you're not on TV before Christmas, then I said if you're not on TV. Okay, so for real, if you're not on TV this week and your name is not Chewy Garcia, Paul Vallis, or Willie Wilson, because Lori Lightfoot's already on TV. If your name is not in any one of those four spots, I'm going to say that your chances of becoming the mayor rely on, as Cam Buckner said, a fumble. Riis, And it's interesting because, I got to be honest with you. Today I'm going to handicap the mayor's race, okay? I'm going to talk about the mayor's race. I'm going to place it in order. And I got to tell you that I'm biased towards money, okay? Right? So I think So I think that there are currently 4 contenders and a possible. Who are the 4 contenders for Mayor Riis right now? Turn your mic up. Who you got? Let me see how much you remember. You go on breaking in, you come back. And now you ain't got no paper. So I'm gonna see if you had to pick 4 people right now that are in the 4 contenders, who would they be?
I got Mayor Lightfoot.
Okay, you got first. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you say. Mayor Lightfoot. Okay, give them to me in order.
I ain't got no order.
Okay, so give me the 4 you got.
Mayor Lightfoot, Willie Wilson. I'm gonna go Chewy.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna say Cam Buckner.
Oh, look at you, sentimental choice. That's the sentimental choice. Okay. Have you been getting Cam's texts?
Yeah.
Damn, he got a lot of damn texts, don't he? I swear to God, I'll be like, I'm about to sit down for Christmas dinner. Ding! Hey, it's Cam. And I just want to remind you, just before you eat Christmas dinner, I was getting texts from Cam at like 12, at 11:45. It was like, just before midnight, ding! Look, ding! This is Cam Buckner. Just want to remind you, I can make my fundraising goal. I think it was $21,137. If you can just give me Cam has got the most robust text email campaign I've ever seen in my entire life.
But that's the new generation, though. You know what I'm saying? So you know how it is. Your phone is a part of you. So just to think, if somebody texts you every single day, is TV really the way? Because I'm trying to tell you, these new age well by numbers we don't vote, but the new age people, we don't really watch too much of television, but that text message though you get all the time. So I still don't think that puts him in the top 4, but I like that. I think that puts him right into where I think Riis. Let me just look at my paper. Yep. Okay, so actually I think you might I think you might have something there, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. But golly. All right, so the only 2 candidates on TV right now, so I'm going to give you, okay, Willie Wilson and the mayor, okay? So here's my top 4, not in order. And I'm going to take a page out of Riis' book, except I'm going to put Willie Wilson first, then Lori Lightfoot. These ain't in order. Then Paul Vallis and Chuy Garcia, okay? So that to me is the top 4, right? Now, I'm going to go along with the presumed frontrunner status of Chuy Garcia, okay? So let's put Chuy at number 1, but I want to put Chuy as a number 1 trending down. Okay? That's not good.
Number 1 trending down until I see something else. Like, I think he is number 1 because of polls and because of name recognition. I don't know, but I'm going to put him number 1 trending down. I'm going to call Paul Vallis number 2. Trending with number 2 with the bullet. Ooh, probably can't say number 2 with a bullet in Chicago. Number 2 with an upside. So I don't think Chuy, I think where Chuy's polling at right now is as high as he gets. Now, he's got a big space that everybody's got to claim. But for right now, I believe that Chuy is now would be considered to the left, they would consider him a moderate candidate. I think to me and you, he's still a left candidate. Right? He's still a socialist. He's still a Bernie Sanders. Right? Which I don't know if that resonates with black people. But so right now I'm putting Chuy Garcia at a 1 trending down and Paul Vallis at a 2 trending up. I'm going to, for lack of, just because of incumbency only, put the mayor at number 3, trending down. And Willie Wilson at 4, trending up. I think we know that there's some truth to this because the mayor went on a grassroots campaign to attack Willie Wilson. Now, if the mayor is attacking Willie Wilson, then she knows she's got to get 2 spots up she's got to climb over Willie Wilson to be in a battle with Paul Vallis for the 2nd spot. Riis. So if I were to handicap the race today, I'd call it Chuy Garcia, Paul Vallis, and Mayor Lightfoot and Willie Wilson in a virtual tie. With the mayor having nothing but downside and Willie having space to grow. Now, I will tell you that in my personal estimation, Willie Wilson hurt himself. Okay, so let's say, okay, so that's the top 4. All right? Can you rock with me on my top 4 and rationales?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, so that's the top 4, right? We're going to give Chewy the props of all the polls, but we're going to say we've not seen anybody define him at all. We just know that everybody likes the mustache. Nobody's talked cryptocurrency. Nobody's talked about defund the police. Nobody's talked about all of the socialist positions that he's taken. Nobody's talked about his alliance with CTU, right? So I think there's a lot of space to hit Chewy on, which means that you drag him. With Paul Vallis, I don't know if who's going to spend the money to attack him, right? The mayor has to get Willie out of the way just to even be in a space. So now what you've got is, does Chewy spend money attacking Paul Vallis, who then makes him look more like the traditional white candidate that Chewy Garcia needs to be to win? See, Chewy Garcia to win now can no longer be the left socialist candidate. He's got to be the voter that make the white people feel comfortable. So right now, the people galvanizing around Chewy are mayor, like the old Daily crew, right? The Daily crew playing the game, playing the numbers, is going to say, okay, we spent a long time, and you see, when you saw the Reyes as a consultant, that brings him over to the old school, old money. So now what Chewy has done is has to now trade his leftist socialist credentials to become the candidate of the moderates. Right? So what he needs to do is out Vallis Paul Vallis. Lightfoot and Willie are in a virtual tie. Dr. Wilson are in a virtual tie. The mayor has no space with white folks. All the white folks she getting, she got. Her only hope is to kill Willie and hope that black vote comes to her. But the question then you have to ask is, who does the mayor have that can get black people? Who's the black people on the mayor's team? Who are the black people that we know, trust, and respect that can come to the black community and tell us why we should support the mayor? So pay attention to the black folks that go on the attack of Willie Wilson. Oh, because there will be. Because the people that support the mayor, they can't convert the black people that aren't, so they have to drag Willie down. Hence those billboards, those fake posters that I was showing you popping up all around the city. Remember? Where it says, Willie Wilson is a MAGA Republican who voted for Bruce Roundup. This man done fed, gassed the whole city. You talking about Bruce Roundup and Trump? All right. So can y'all rock with me on my top 4 and my rationales? Okay? So now, Riis, let's take the next. So then I think that coming right in underneath those 4 is Brandon Johnson. And I'm really giving Brandon Johnson that space, Riis, because of the money that he has. But understanding that $1 million, having just been in a race with $1.5 million, I recognize that money is not go very far when you have to buy broadcast TV. When a television spot costs you $25,000 per spot, Riis, how many times does 25,000 go into $1 million? So it's 20 times 25,000.
40.
So you can get 40 spots over 56 days, which means you would get 1 commercial a day if you want to be in the news. Got it? So now to me, Brandon Johnson, and I think if I'm looking at tier 2, I'm looking at Brandon Johnson, Cam Buckner, Jamal Green, and Sophia King. Now, Riis, you threw off my little calculation a little bit because I had Jamal Green and Brandon Johnson in the same spot. But now I got to move. I was going to put them in a virtual tie because of name recognition. What I see them doing is splitting the old Amara Inya vote. That youth vote, that young black and white progressive, millennial, and then a little bit above that. I see the people like Randy Spann who be green, right? I feel like there are some, Jamal Green has, honestly, I'll be honest with you, communications-wise, he's probably been the most active communications-wise that I've seen. Like, whether it's besides Dr. Wilson. On tier 2, Jamal Green, you get a press release from him every morning. His press team is on it. He he shows up in a lot of spaces. Now, I still have a challenge giving him a level of credibility because of age, right? I really do. But I think if you look at name recognition, I think Brandon Johnson and Jamal having a natural base and Brandon Johnson being able to carve into that base by running TV ads, etc. But if I don't see Brandon Johnson on TV right this week, then I feel like they're pulling that CTU is hedging their bet and they're going to save their resources for the general election, leaving him out on an island. I think Cam Buckner moves into that third, is in that same tier. Because as much as I don't see the economics, I do think there is something to this depending on how large his database is, of carving into that same base. The problem is, to me, they're all carving out of that Amara Inya base, right? So they're splitting that piece up. Now, my sleeper candidate out of all of this, Sophia King. The fumble, in my estimation, in the event that there was a fumble, as Cam Buckner has talked about, to me, the person in best position to pick up the fumble and run, the Lori Lightfoot of this campaign cycle per se, the underdog sleeper who, when given an opportunity, if she could tighten up her message, to me, is Sophia King. I do not think that you can downplay or underestimate the woman component in this race. And I'll be interested to see if she can raise any money. Can she get on TV? Right? I think if she can get on TV, in a crowded field, she could emerge. I think nobody knows a soul. Do you know a soul that's voting for any of the other candidates out of the top 4? Again, sleeper. Nobody knew a soul who was voting for Lori Lightfoot. And again, that's the sleeper, right? I didn't say that's the one that could blow up, right? Sleeper doesn't mean I'm betting on you. I'm saying if someone had a chance to pop out, to have a moment with an upside that is progressive, women, and black, I think therein is the candidate.
We got to take them like in consideration, but I know like somebody said is like nobody thought the mayor now will win, because I'm telling you, I really didn't pay attention until it was like the runoff, and I was like, and it was Lori Lightfoot, but I did feel like she was gonna win though. So,
Lightfoot?
In the first time, yeah. So, so I think it can be a sleeper.
See, I think that, I think the thing that I feel like happens is, and Morphia, I don't think you can call Brandon the sleeper. I think Brandon is in the top money game. It is going to be, in my estimation, we're going to see what Brandon is made of in the next week. Right? The election is 56 days away, but you all do realize that early voting starts this month. And my concern, right, so let's back up. And then I got to tell you, I think Willie Wilson, in my estimation, if you were tuned in, made a fatal flaw in this mayor's race. Yeah. I got Brandon in the top 5, though. Right? I don't think you can discount Brandon because of his organization and operation. I think, is he going to have enough time to close the gap? And I don't think he would be a sleeper. I think with $1 million in the bank, you're not in the sleeper bucks. Sleeper is the person who out of nowhere with no money, no nothing, comes up and catches a wave. Now, it'll be interesting to see. Now, I'm not here to fight anybody. I want to hear, but I want to tell you what I think the fatal mistake that Willie Wilson is going to make, that he's going to live to regret in this race. But right now, I think Dr. Wilson and Lori Lightfoot are in a virtual tie. What do you think? Give us a call. 872-259-7474. What do you think about my handicap on the mayor's race? Plus, we're going to talk about this immigration crisis, too. Fumble! Amen. This immigration is $53 million in immigration. Therein, that combined with a little cryptocurrency, there's the opportunity for somebody to fumble. We're going to talk about it more when we come back. It's the Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
focus on your mission and get to your bag. Get to your bag, push through your issues you get.
Is for you, Can we cruise down the boulevard?
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the rule on the ones and twos. And I'm just wondering, hey, y'all Mayoral candidates, and also I don't want y'all to forget the Aldermanic races. I'm going to do some breakdowns on those races. I'm going to spend a day on probably, I'm going to do one a day. So we can get through them all. And I also plan to set up, I have come to the conclusion that we're going to need to have a black mayoral forum. I think, Riis, we can produce it. We team up with Wiftable, BP Wiftable 1, and some other organizations. And I think we should broadcast it live and let the whole black universe hear what's going on. But I've been handicapping the mayor's race, and I really think that Willie Wilson made a fatal mistake. But before I do that, I'm going to go to the live line. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What's up? Caller?
This is my thing. Willie Wilson made a mistake a long time ago when I heard him say, they asked him, why you want to be mayor? He said, I don't know. I don't have nothing to do. That is the wrong way to come into a race in the city of Chicago. When you come into a race in the city of Chicago, you better act like you got a plan. Don't come in here talking about you don't know, you just want something to do. That means you ain't got nothing to do. You ain't got no game plan for the city whatsoever. And as far as Lori Lightfoot, I think she might come back. I think she might come back because she might bounce back off that pandemic, just like JB did. She kept us masked up. She kept people. She kept all the businesses safe. All of that stuff. That might get her a lot of votes that you're not counting on, Maze. But I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
Okay, caller. Well, where you calling from? Tell us who you are. Don't be sneaking in and sneaking out. You go. Of course he did. So you think that so you know me. I always say that the pandemic, it depends on what viewpoint. Because during the pandemic, who did she keep safe? Didn't all the black people die? Wasn't black people? Didn't they build a $19 million facility that only 2 people used? Didn't they wait? What? Ain't Loretto Hospital in Chicago? Didn't Loretto Hospital? Didn't our medicine go to the Trump Tower and she ain't say nothing? Didn't Riis? See, this is why I be. Didn't she let the bridges up? Riis, I forgot about the part where she sicked the gang members on the black people. Oh, and that woman, Anjanette Young. You're right. Y'all will forget, though. But, Riis, can I tell you what? Willie Wilson, in my estimation, made a fatal error. Well, not a fatal error, but if he does not make it to the runoff, this is what I want you to count. I want you to count the votes of Jamal Green, the votes of, who else did he leave on the ballot? Cam Buckner, and the votes of Rod Sawyer. Riis, those 3 votes, those 3 totals, had Willie Wilson, and I don't want to say not been a Christian, because I guess my thing is when you apply so, Mom, I don't know how I'm supposed to deal with this, right? Because I know you're supposed to have faith in the Lord. But it's like if they not on the ballot, then you don't even have to, that's not where you got to exercise your faith. Now you got to hope and pray. Now, Riis, I understood the Cam Buckner. I feel like he got pressured into the Jamal Green because of the Ricky Hendon phone call. And let me tell you about the Ricky Hendon phone call. To me, that scared money don't make no money. Jamal Green leveraged himself on the ballot from that phone call. See, and I think that one of the things that I think I learned, I can't speak for nobody else, is I'm apologizing to the press. They're never going to let you go. So they're going to keep on bringing it up. They'll stick it in. So like bowing down to it, like being fearful of being called a name by the media, they gonna stick it in every story anyway. So tell them to kiss your ass. And I feel like if you're not scared, I feel like somewhere in the universe, probably in the Willie Wilson team, the Jesus piece came into it. And somebody probably put the preacher into it, and somebody probably prayed and did the Holy Ghost. And they started using Christian methodology in a political game. And that to me is a challenge with preachers and politicians, right? Sometimes the choices ain't between good and right and wrong. They between wrong and wronger. And so if you leave Riis, you can't. You know why in The Godfather they always kill the kid? Because the kid gonna come back for revenge. You gonna come back and you gonna be like, damn, I was 2 points away. And guess who's gonna be sitting there with 2 points? Rod Sawyer. Jamal Green. We had already put Jamal and Cam in the upper echelon. Willie and Brandon's vote ain't the same. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Fatal flaw? I think if I'm Willie Wilson, I gotta eliminate all the competition and we'll pray for forgiveness, not ask for permission. But maybe I'm crazy. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Maze?
Yep, it's Maze.
Maze, Ron. Happy New Year to you, Maze.
Ron, you on the street, man. You got, Ron, I saw Ron. Y'all know Ron called in on WCPT last week too. Ron, you was a bold one. What's up, my brother?
How you doing, Brother Maze? Look here, real quick. The lady made that comment, and I remember when Willie Wilson made that statement. Did you hear it, though, Maze? They didn't get a lot of play, but it was disturbing. I mean, but he did say when they asked him why he wanted to be mayor, and he said, well, I don't have anything to do. I'm like, wait, is he joking? But that was very disturbing, Maze. I don't think it got picked up in not harm him. But Maze, the person to me who made the biggest mistake, I think Maze, Lori Lightfoot is done. That situation with moving those immigrants into that school, and it's not that they moved them into the school, but she has continued to show that she is very disingenuous, and at this point, you just lies. You can't trust her.
Wait, Ron.
And
Hold on, Ron. Weren't you last week like? Didn't you tell me we need to hold on to it, Ron? See, now you are flip flopping on me, Ron.
No, it's just that I'm telling you, it's a hard choice with these candidates. Actually, I'll be clear when you talk about the automatic candidate. And certainly all candidates are flawed. I just thought that she probably had a better chance as far as the black candidates. If she is an incumbent, you can't take Sawyer. When the last time an alderman, there hasn't been an alderman become mayor. Jamal Green, I mean, come on, activist. See, I try to be practical and realistic and non-emotional. So that's going to cost her. They're going to have a big demonstration at that school. But it's just going to that. I think that did it for. And I agree with you 100% about Willie Wilson. That was a major mistake.
they should have continued to knock those candidates off. Those votes that they get can make a difference. So maybe, again, we just in a hell of a spot, just like when with this governor's race that went past. You really didn't have a choice in that. The mayoral thing, I don't know how it's going to play out. So hopefully, Mays, we can get some good automatic candidates in these black wards. But as far as the mayoral candidate, it's a lot not there. So I'll be talking to you this week. Have a good day, Mays.
Hey, Ron, it's always good to talk to you, man. I thought you forgot about me. And then all of a sudden, Ron, Ron called in on Ricky's show and said, Ricky, you know how I feel about you. I was like, dang! Hey, I love it, though. Hey, y'all, it's the Mays Jackson Show. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I do think that, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later, because the mayor's asking for $53.5 million for the migrants to come live in your neighborhood. And Riis, I got to tell you, she done lied to y'all. You know, your mama called, say, you ever hear somebody say a bald face lie? A bold face? You gonna tell me a bald face lie? What's the difference between a bald and a bold face lie besides the O and the A? But you know, you gonna sit in my face and tell me a bald face lie? We're not gonna take them to Wood. What's the name? What's the school they going to? Oh, we'll have somebody call in because they are opening. Is it Wadsworth? Wadsworth Elementary, where they opening it up, and after she told us that they're going to open it up and open it to migrants. Look, Riis, hold on. What's my name again? Hold on, what's my name again? Tell me what my name is. Say Maestradamus. Say it. Say it in the chat. Say you the Maestradamus. Because didn't I tell you, Riis, I told you that one of the most important questions that we needed to ask was going to be, do you support the right of undocumented immigrants to vote in the city of Chicago? Now we have to change that to migrants. Riis, if they put 500 people in Wadsworth Elementary School, they're going to change that. Riis, hey, Riis, you know somebody when they moving in, somebody on the deck is going to be like, now y'all got to pay a tax to get around here, something. Riis, then we're going to have MS-13 in the neighborhoods because they got to protect themselves. The mayor is about to repopulate Woodlawn, and I want to know where if you running for alderman of 20th Ward, I need to talk to Jeanette Taylor. I need to talk to Andre Smith. I need to talk to the other candidate. I need to know, where do y'all stand on these undocumented immigrants moving into our neighborhoods and taking over old schools? And what happens when it comes to your ward? So to me, in every black ward, every alderman needs to answer, what are you going to do when they come to your neighborhood? Riis, do you think that's a fair question? If you live, no?
Yeah, but it's a fair question. But, we got to always remember that Illinois is a welcoming state.
Okay, I see.
You got to always welcome.
All right. Okay. All right. Open up the phone lines, cause that's exactly this. What y'all remember when you have a right to ask your alderman, where do you stand on the migrant issue? If they want to open up a school in your neighborhood, in your ward, where you stand? Call you on the Mays Jackson Show.
Hallelujah, greetings to you. This is Mama D.
Hey, Mama D.
I have 12 reasons why I will not vote for Lori Lightfoot.
12? 12? Go ahead.
12. Okay. But one of the main ones is the day after, she received part of that $2.2 trillion care package for COVID from the Trump administration. And she got a vote. She was bullying and bossing city councilmen until she gave them that $100,000 check then they hushed their mouth. And what happened when she gave them that money, they voted to give her the authority to spend up to $1 million without even consulting city council. So she had $1 million to revamp Walsworth School or do whatever she felt like doing because of the power that that $1,000 of going from bullying to bribing that she gave the councilman. But the real thing, why I wouldn't vote for her, is the day after she discovered that blacks were dying from COVID at a rate of 72%. Latinos and whites were tied at 12%, 17%, and Asians at 5%. She signed an executive order guaranteeing 19 benefits to sanctuary settlers. And she has continually, all of the three of those benefits included giving their children 100,000 remote learning devices, over $100,000 in small business loans, and made sure they got a $1,000 check. So, I mean, the list goes on, and it is contemptible how she, every time a black baby, toddler, or child was killed, she never, ever, ever had a press release. But when it came to a 13-year-old Latino boy, it was press release. And who put that gun in that child's hand? And she has just put this. Please let me conclude with this. When it came to, there's a House bill that was signed to commemorate the 400-year arrival of blacks in America and the contributions that they have made, which was really a blueprint for reparations. Jason Irving had a resolution dealing with the 400-year commemoration, which was August 20th, 2019. Lori Lightfoot backdated his resolution passed in July, and they were out in August. So Lori Lightfoot backdated his resolution, erased it, put another number on it, and in September signed her name to it so that no word, not one word, would be mentioned on the council floor about the 400-year arrival. That historic date was absolutely erased because of the actions of Lori Lightfoot. And that bill that I said was a blueprint for reparations, it came with up to $20,000 to be given in grants, to be given to people just to talk about the contributions that black kidnapped Africans have made to this country. And that was just absolutely repulsive as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you, Mama D. That was the truth. Look, it's a whole bunch of reasons. Somebody is calling. Who's calling? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Who we got on the line? Carly on the Maze Jackson Show.
Good morning, Maze.
Byron! Happy New Year, my brother. You back from Brazil, dog?
Thank you.
You back from Brazil?
I'm back from South America. I can tell you that right now. I'm back from South
Byron,
America.
I didn't think you was coming back, man. But I know you probably got to come back so we can vote. You got to come back so you can vote on Littlefoot, as you like to call it. What's going on, my brother?
Littlefoot. Good old Littlefoot. Maze, first of all, I would love to be. I don't know if you going up the air after the election or not, but I would love to sit down one time. Maybe I call go to Riis spot and try to get your number, give him my number so we can get together one day. But anyway,
we can definitely do that, Byron. Definitely.
Right. I'd love to do that. But let's Willie Wilson. You know I'm a Willie Wilson kind of guy, right?
Okay.
But he didn't make a strategic mistake. And I want to know one thing: is that Ricky Henderson still working with him?
Yes.
Because he needs that guy. That guy takes no enemy prisoners. He just kills them all. He has the attitude, right? And if he can't get him, he needs to spend spend $500,000 to get you to coordinate his campaign. Because right now he should be hitting Lori by the knees. He should be hitting Lori for all the things that Mama D said and more. Just the immigrant thing. She's putting immigrants first rather than putting her constituents first. That's all he has to say in the ad to black people. Remind black people who is more important to her. The immigrants are more important to her than the black community on the west side and south side for her. And all those aldermen who are running, right, who gave her that power to do all that stuff, they are null and void. They are nothing but crap. And that Buckner guy from the state, he was on your show, big linebacker kind of guy, talking nonsense. What have the black community got all these 4 years? What have they gotten? Have they gotten worse or have they gotten better? Mr. Buckner, Mr. Big Talker, Mr. sending his texts out. Texts for what? You have accomplished nothing for the whole black community. We have not moved forward. All those aldermen sung and danced and wine and dine, and we still didn't get anything. You got to attack the people who are trying to hold us back. We just can't be playing along just to get along. We can't continue to do that. All those black people, though, they should be, whether it's their district or not, complaining about those immigrants going to that school. Whether it's in your district or not, they should be complaining and say, hey, those are our people. Those are my people. They're all the people in Chicago are my people. And fight for them. Get in the fight. Stop being silent. Why are they so silent about all her mistakes? The COVID mistakes. Locked us down forever. Killing all these businesses. She killed a whole bunch of restaurants. You realize that? That's an ad. She did it. Where's Willie on that? I love Willie. I've been promoting Willie because Willie has done more for the black community than any of those candidates that are running. It's just simple fact. He has done more for the whole entire black community. He hasn't done anything for me, but I don't care. I just look at what he's done. And I will always take 5%, 10%, 4%, then 0%. Black folks have a tendency to take 0% and think it's okay. They took the Pritzker guy. They got nothing from Pritzker. They took it. Tammy Duckworth, she didn't even come to the black community. They give them all her votes, and they got 0. I will tell people, get something for your vote. All these black aldermen, I'm just sick of them. We're done. We are really done. This immigrant stuff, they're coming. And what you said about the MS-13, they're coming. They're here. They come across the border. Remember, Amaze, it's 8,000, 7,000 people every day coming across that border. They got to go someplace. And eventually they can populate your community. They're coming for you. And Biden and those Democrats, those latte liberal white Democrats, they are about to replace all these black folks. I see it coming. Why do you think I go to South America? I'm trying to nail down some place to be so I can be safe. So when MS-13 gets a hold of all that fentanyl and all those drugs, believe me, that community is going to go to shambles. They're going to shambles, just like in L.A. and in California. That's where MS-13 is really based at. And Chicago West Side, that's going to be the base. I'm just telling you. You know it, man. You can't say these kind of things because people get cringy about it. But Willie Wilson needs somebody to anchor his campaign because he can win this. He can win this, but you can't be nice with playing with fire. You can't be nice. And Ricky Henderson need to step up and talk to him. Or he just need to call you and spend out $500,000. He's got it.
Man.
What do you think about that, man? Has he called you yet?
He wants to buy. Dr. Wilson has reached out to buy ads on the morning show, and I will be getting him some ads. It's interesting.
But you need to help him because we need somebody who got our benefit, who's got our benefit at heart. He does that. I don't care how he sounds. How did he get to become a multi-billionaire? How did he get to become by talking nonsense? He's strategic in what he's doing. Forget about how he sounds. Look at what he's doing. What he's doing, and look at what he has done. Look at his past. Has he screwed over any black people? Has he screwed over anybody? He's trying to be nice, but in this election, you can't be nice. You got to pick the throat. You got to cut the throat off. That's all. All those little peons, you should have cut them all off. Now we got to go play catch up. Who wants to play catch up? Let's win this. And I hope he's listening. You need to get Mays and that Ricky Hendon. I don't really like Ricky Hendon, but I like what he does. His actions speak louder than words. He will cut you, and you need to get people cut.
Byron said he would cut you, and you need to get people
He
cut.
will cut you. Right. He's a nice guy outside of that, but he will cut you.
Oh, Jesus. My mama, Byron, you done made my morning. That's why you the vice president of the folk club, man. I thought you was, you was down in South America. I thought you was gonna marry you a mamacita and come on back here and join the parade of immigrants. But I see you, man. Byron, I appreciate you. You made me laugh today. Plus, you did make me think about a couple things. Look. I think Andre Smith is trying to get in. He says his number is not coming through. I don't know. The number ain't changed. We didn't change nothing. 872-259-7474. Look, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I still want to talk about this. But then, if you live in Woodlawn, I want to know how you feel about Wadsworth Elementary School being converted into a shelter for the migrants. Riis, the mayor just asked for $53.5 million from the state of Illinois to help her deal with the migrant crisis. And I guess my question is, didn't they say, you said it too, Riis, didn't they say we was a sanctuary city? See, this what be blowing me, right? So, do we decide if it's your whole card or your hold card? Because Governor Abbott done pulled the whole card, right? And now the mayor's going to ask somebody else for some money. Governor Abbott, remember when she stuck her finger in his face? See, this is the thing that people don't be understanding. It's like you can't be talking smack. My mama say, pat the lion while you got your hand in his mouth. The mayor be slapping mugs, knowing that it's like it's about to come. It's like she has a Trump complex. I don't care what you say, Riis. She is like Trump. She feels like she can lie and be like whatever. Thank you, Jerome. Thank y'all to everybody that has been sending things. Look, when we come back, I want to hear from the people, though. Do you all think that how much money should we be dedicating and how much resources should we be dedicating to the migrant crisis? $53.5 million, Riis, and that ain't even to the end of the year. She trying to get that emergency. That's just to get her to the election. What's my name? What is my name? See, y'all gonna miss me when I'm gone. I told y'all about this migrant crisis. Y'all let these people write letters about me. Y'all let these people call me racist. You let them call me anti-everything. And not everything I told you about. Look, they wrote a letter and time-stamped and dated it. They said that I would... 53... Can you tell me one thing that Black got $53.5 million in the city of Chicago? Riis, if they dedicate $53.5 million to migrants, I'm not against it. I just want to know, what do black people think? And what do the black elected officials say? Right? Because Riis, that was a closed school. There's 56, right? It's 56 closed schools, and they were concentrated in black and Latino neighborhoods, but primarily black neighborhoods. You with it? Your school, you cool with your school? Now, because my question is, the mayor lied to us too.
You know, I'm with you, but as an African American, it's really hard for me to really say no to people getting schools. Yeah,
Wait, people getting schools?
Like you said, if they open up a school, right?
Take a closed school in a black neighborhood and fill it with migrants. So in Forest Park.
It's
53. So right at instead of the Taco Tuesdays, we gonna make that a place where it's Taco Tuesday for real. It's Taco Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. Go ahead, Riis.
as an African American, as a person, you know, our history is really hard to like deny that. So I can't say no, though I understand, and I look back and be like, you know, like they wouldn't do it for us, but I can't deny another race of people, you know, any opportunities less than, you know,
in your neighborhood. So they gonna do better than you. Okay.
I mean, unfortunately, you know, I don't want to be a hater or anything or upset because somebody didn't do for me that I see them doing for somebody else. You know, I'd probably be a little happy that, you know, like maybe them people can actually see and they got it right this time. So I mean, I can't say no, you know, knowing that what I read through my history books of, you know, African Americans and
we all right because we all migrants, so, right?
I mean, yeah, we are.
Listen to
we
this.
are. I mean,
yeah, see,
but it's hard.
See how they
it's
did
hard
us?
to just be like,
see how they
I
moving
can't
us?
just. But how can you say that though? Like, nah.
How can I say what?
No, like I'm just saying, like in general, like people like, how can you be like, nah, I don't want them in my neighborhood and nah, this and that and all. But this it is a welcoming. So
in your under-resourced, under-infrastructured neighborhood where you still ain't got all this, you can spend $53.5 million for somebody, and we got homeless people living under the bridge in the same neighborhood. I'm okay with you. I'm with it. And y'all, this is wonderful because I need for y'all to call me. Right, I'm happy to change my position. We can welcome. We are a welcoming city. We are a welcoming state, and I want you all to be clear, right? That when I asked you about the right of undocumented immigrants to vote, I want you when you talk about the neighborhood schools, and they can call it racist, they can call it xenophobic. All I'm asking is, do we have the infrastructure in place to accept, right? So what's the closest school to Wadsworth? Does it now have to be a English as a second language school, even though your kids are already going to a school underperforming? I don't know. I question $53.5 million, and then I say, because that's only until June. So again, remember when we did that big old budget that they just passed and I told y'all they put $10 million in there and I said that money was spent already? Right? But you wanted to get past, what's my name? The Maestradamus. I told y'all all of this. I sat right here with a calculator and said 5,000 per times equals, remember? I did it right here and then I put my phone right here. And I think Riis is right. It is a challenge because I guess the people do. I think the people who live in the vicinity of Wadsworth really shouldn't have a say into who moves into their neighborhood. I think that the mayor, even though she's promised that wasn't going to happen, I don't think that there's really, what can you do? Maybe we should open up those schools. I mean, my concern is, so now that we all migrants, we all immigrants too now, right? Our selflessness never seems to amaze me, even when it's to our own demise. But let's do this. Let's take a quick break, and then we're gonna talk about it. $53.5 million. Should the state is the city's immigrant problem the state's issue too? Let's go. We'll be talking about it after these messages.
The Mays Jackson Show will be back after this break. Mays Jackson.
Byron, you got a nomination for the vice president of the phone club.
Say what?
Dang, Byron. Look, Tennille done nominated you for the vice president of the phone club. Riis has seconded. All those in favor of Byron being the vice president of the phone club signify by saying aye. Go once, going twice. And you are now officially the vice president of the phone club. So Byron, we will be expecting to hear from you regularly. So you and Katie will have an exec board meeting and let us know the rules of engagement on the phone. And Riis is now in your number one fan club. But you got to remember whose show it is, Byron. Don't forget, because Riis will have you thinking. You know how these millennials will do.
I know who paid the bills. I know who pays the bills.
Maze Jackson.
It's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out.
I've never been lucky at love, no never. I've never been good at holding on. A heart broken so many pieces, but I'll just keep on moving on because I'll never give up on love, no never, no never, and I'll never give up on trust, whatever come what may. All that I wanna say, that true love's gonna come my way. Alright, I'm looking for a lover for me. Could you be the one for me? Yeah, alright. Just looking for forever for me. For me. See, I never ever thought that I could love again. I never ever thought that I could ever win. But don't ever give up, no, and don't ever give in. See, I pray that true love finds me in the end. I'll never give up on love. I will never. And I'll never give up on trust. I will never. Looking for a lover for me. See, I'm looking for a lover for me, yeah. And it's alright. Looking for forever. I'm looking for forever. For me. I wanna come home every night. Hey, make love to her right. Remind her that she's the only one that I need. She's the only one. I'm gonna treat her like mine. See, I'm gonna give her everything. Whatever she needs, plus a 10-carat diamond ring. Baby. Woo. I'm looking for a lover for me. Looking for a lover. Could it be you? And it's baby, it's alright. Looking for forever for me. I'm looking for forever for me. Hey, looking for a lover for me. I'm looking, still looking. And it's
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said. Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Lenders give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! I mean that. Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host with my man DJ, that Juan, because he done went South American on us. Coleman, he's scared of them letters. That's really what it is. So I'm gonna jump backwards and we're gonna talk a little bit. And I want to set this up. I don't know if you all remember a couple months ago, the citizens at Henry Wadsworth, the residents in Woodlawn surrounding Henry Wadsworth Academy reported that the school was there were workers in the school and they were setting it up to be migrant housing. You remember that story? We talked about it. Then it was like a big hullabaloo, right? And Channel 2 went out and they said, are you repairing these schools and setting it up for migrants to be housed there? And remember, the mayor said that migrants were not going to be housed there, right? She literally came on and was like, they're not. Well, fast forward. Fast forward to yesterday or earlier this week when we found out that Mayor Lightfoot is actually planning on moving migrants into Henry Wadsworth Elementary School in the Woodlawn community. With limited community input, a community meeting where basically residents were informed that their local former closed shuttered school would become a shelter for the undocumented immigrants that have been dropped off here by Governor Abbott. Now, this, my friends, is the opportunity, in my estimation, for the fumble. I think the mayor has already fumbled. And now it presents a fumble for all of the other candidates. Now, we've seen Dr. Willie Wilson has already issued a statement calling out the mayor for making Wadsworth Elementary without the input of the community. So on October 22nd, Mayor Lightfoot said the building is not under consideration to house asylum seekers. With 56 days left to this election and six black candidates in the race, help me understand why Mayor Lori Lightfoot, whose biggest chance to win or most chance to be successful is through the black community. Explain to me why 56 days before an election where the socialists on the north side have either declared for Brandon Johnson or for Chuy Garcia, a group of population that cannot vote in this election. Please explain to me why the mayor would go and ask the Illinois General Assembly for $53.5 million to put a school what I feel like must be State Representative Cam Buckner's district or very close to it. Give us a call, 872-259-7474, because Riis really threw me off. I'm not going to lie. I'm not sure. And I guess my question is, how do you express, because can I tell you who would tell you they don't want it? I bet if you ask people in Mount Greenwood, do they want one of their shuttered schools, probably none of their schools got closed. Would they like 500 new residents who you don't have the infrastructure for to be dropped into their neighborhood? They tell you no. Unabashedly. And you'd see the white alderman of the 19th Ward saying, we can't have this in our neighborhood because it will create instability and we don't have the resources to properly and adequately care for these people. We are talking about putting 500 people in y'all still ain't figured out the Obama Center. Y'all still ain't figured out who gets to go to what school. Y'all ain't even figured who gets to stay in Woodlawn. Now maybe I'm crazy. And I don't want to be xenophobic, but I want to know, what do the residents actually feel? If you moved into a neighborhood and they told you that in this neighborhood, right, do we get the alerts? Like, does your Experian pop up and say, I don't even want to call no names. Are you suggesting that out of the 500 people that nobody in there has no issues? We're not entitled to know? Well, actually not. You're not. But I would tell you that if there was a 500 person development coming to a neighborhood, a ward, or a town, this is where you need aldermanic prerogative. Because let me help you understand, if you live in a ward with one of the 56 schools, don't be surprised if they say, can we flip your school too? But maybe I'm crazy. Black people, how much money should we spend on undocumented immigrants or undocumented migrants in our neighborhoods? And am I crazy? I don't want to be xenophobic. Can I tell you who ain't speaking out, though? Has anybody heard from Chuy on this issue? See, this is where the fumble can occur. Because right now, Chuy Garcia is not trying to be the socialist candidate. Brandon Johnson's going to have to be for providing homes for these people. Because that's where his political base is, right? The socialists on the north side. Willie Wilson is going to tell you, no, protect the neighborhood. What does Paul Vallis say? Paul Vallis probably going to be, man, he going for the white folks. Let me ask you, what white community, you think Brendan Riley, do you think the second ward where they're built, like where Brian Hopkins is, do you think any of those communities are going to open up their places to become homeless shelters for the undocumented migrants? And they'll be okay to say no because they can represent the interests of their constituents. We as black folks can't say no because we always was the worst. We always got the treatment, so we got to feel bad for everybody else, but we cannot under any circumstances, put the mask on ourselves first. You telling me that none of our communities need the $53 million investment that we're about to... I'm crazy, though, because remember, they'll tag and date and timestamp this. Where is Chewy Garcia? See, guys, this is the fumble right here. If he's trying to win Mount Greenwood, if he's trying to win Beverly, if he's trying to be the moderate candidate, this is the fumble. Caller, you on the Mace Jackson Show. What's up?
Yeah, thanks for taking my call, Mace. So I wanted to say I appreciate people like yourself giving us information that many of us don't research, don't know how to research. The fact that the mayor is willing to give that much money to, I think he misspoke earlier, to immigrants. I think he said migrants, to immigrants. And you have people that are damaged, black people I'm speaking of, in this country, and nobody wants to intervene with their mental issues because of so many years of abuse, killing and that type of stuff. And you want to give money to someone from another country, yeah, that's all wrong. I usually like listening to Riis, but I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know if he said that on purpose enough. Maybe he said that on purpose to stir up argument. I don't know. I can't believe he would think that. Maybe unless he's Hispanic. I don't know. I don't know Riis.
Don't be calling Riis names, man. Riis is entitled to his millennial opinion. Riis like people of color, right? Riis rock the people of color joint too. It's all good.
Okay, first of all, this people of color thing is ridiculous. Just say black. When we're talking about black people, say black. This people of color thing, has gotten out of control. So that's a whole nother issue. But to spend money on people,
they just want somewhere to stay.
Say it again.
They just want somewhere to stay. Just want somewhere to live. So you just want to leave them out in the street?
I don't know what he said.
He said they just want someplace to stay. They want someplace to live.
They was accepted here. So now you
stay
accept
where
somebody.
You are, stay where you live.
But they already here now.
Are you black or you
accepted
Hispanic?
them here. They're already here. So now they're already here. What do you do with people that's already here? Now I can see if they're not here. They're already here.
Let's deal with the people that were kidnapped and forced here first. Deal with the people that were kidnapped and forced here.
How long ago, y'all? Come on.
It don't matter how long ago. The mental damage.
How long we gonna ride this, y'all? How long we gonna ride this?
The mental damage is still there. The mental damage is still there. If you abuse me, I'm gonna have some trauma, and I'm gonna raise children, and I'm gonna abuse them, and they're gonna have trauma, and it's a cycle until someone intervenes.
And
that's the thing that people don't.
I just got a question for black people. How do we fix this? So do everybody get 40 acres and a mule, then we shut up, and then we see what we do? Like that can't be. That's our only story that we have. These people were welcomed here, so now you know what I'm saying. We got to take care of them. So I mean,
how are they welcome here if they came here illegal?
How they come
Once again, you saying something that don't make sense.
And then buses bring them here.
So James, so let me say this.
Because they came here illegally from another state.
Every day they came here through buses. Buses brought them
here. They came here illegally.
James, hold on, James.
And then was bussed to another state.
So James, check this out. This is what I think Riis is saying. And let's stop it right here. So they are now.
Don't try to think what Riis is saying because Riis not thinking.
Hold on, I'm not.
Let me tell you. Well. Hold on, let me your phone calls you call.
Just let me just tell you what, James, because I do think you're not correct. So they came here, and when we accepted them at the border, they became they went from immigrants to migrants. They did not sneak over the river and not come through the fence. They came, they got tagged as migrants that said they were running from they were seeking political asylum. That is the loophole that everyone uses. Now, there was Title 42 that Trump implemented that the Supreme Court held up that said, no, we ain't honoring none of that. Go back. But there are still the 5,000 a day or the 2,500 to 5,000 a day that have become migrants. Now, once they cross the border, and they've gone through customs and they've been declared migrants, they get a court date and then they get released. They're supposed to come back to the court date. Now, what's happened is they're released on the streets of El Paso, and the governor of Texas is like, so y'all are legally dropping these people and saying we got to deal with it. Well, I'm going to drop them off on Lori into all the places that said that we were inhumane because we don't have it. Now, what I think should be happening right now and before black folks, like my thing is, what you don't see is Mayor Lightfoot taking them to Lincoln Park or to the Gold Coast or to any of the great white neighborhoods that are super resourced. I think Audrey hit it right when she said, nobody's saying they shouldn't be here, but why you gonna take them to the poorest of what we got and drop them off there? No, if you gonna make them and you gonna welcome them, do them like you're supposed to do a guest when they come to the crib. Take them to the best joint. Don't take them where I'm already fighting and the singers down the block got to worry about it. Take them over there to the rich white folks. But we know she's not gonna take them to the rich white folks.
I'm gonna say you wrong there too.
Come on.
Once again, I'm gonna say you wrong there too.
Come on, James.
You gonna put them in the best environment when you have black people that live in the worst, underserved, under-resourced environments. So that's still wrong too. My point is this: if you're talking about taking this money and giving it to people they did nothing in this country, that's wrong. Any way you cut it. And I'm glad that somebody like you that does research and learn this stuff from your research about the money, and then I think about all the black people that are still having issues, mental issues that nobody addresses. And you're going to bring new people here and mingle them among us as if our ancestors did nothing. That's a whole lot of wrong.
I'm with you, James. James, I think you're right. I'm going to take the next call, but I think you're right. This is my case of put the mask on for yourself first. I'm not saying you can't offer sanctuary, but again, Riis, the thing that I was saying about taking them to the best neighborhoods is we know that ain't gonna happen, right? We know that's not gonna happen, and so don't make the people who are already uncomfortable spread. It's the Mays Jackson Show. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Call you on the Mays Jackson Show. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
What's up, caller?
Hello?
Hello? Come on.
Is this me?
Hey, caller.
This is Andre Smith.
Andre Smith, what's up, Andre? How you feeling, man? You're candidate over in the 20th Ward. What is going on with this school at Wadsworth, and what's happening? Do the citizens and the residents want this?
Well, I'm on a three-way still because something happened with my phone where I can't reach through. But anyway, no, the residents do not want this. But there's many components to this situation that a lot of people are not aware of because most people, they don't dig deep. They just hear, gossip or rumor, and they just ride with it and run with it. One of the things is I went over there and talked to the seniors that's like about 100 feet from Wadsworth School, and they said they reached out to the alderman a year ago when this stuff started taking place. They say they text her, they called her and told her all this work was going on. She stated, I didn't know. So other people called her, told her, she said she didn't know. She was on the other station 4 months ago
talking to the young lady on the other station, they had talked about the immigrants moving into Wadsworth. She stated 4 months ago, I didn't know. We had a public hearing, the first public hearing a week ago, 9 days before the immigrants or the migrants supposed to move into Wadsworth. She stated at the thing, I didn't know. Well, when is she going to know? And when is she going to when she's the alderman, the commanding officer, the chief officer of the 20th Ward, the leader, the representative. And if she keep using a poor excuse that I didn't know, that's not showing good leadership. The issue is when we voted her in and she went down to City Hall, she went down there to fight with the mayor. The mayor, but she's our leader in the 20th Ward. She's not transparent. She went down there and fight with her, and we got back? We got the first mega shelter in Chicago history that's going to be placed in 3 days. These people, 500 people, going to be there in 3 days. The first in Chicago, the mega shelter of 500 immigrants. That's what we got from that fight. So we're paying for the foolishness and the incompetence of her leading and guiding us and going down there and fighting instead of bringing back resources. Maze, 2 days ago, 4 young men were shot in Washington Park, 1 killed. Where's the resources? Several months ago, the young lady that was walking on 63rd coming from school, she got kidnapped and assaulted. The alderman didn't say anything about that, but you know what she said? She says that King Von, that picture on O Block, we have a police car there every day, 24 hours a day, wasting the taxpayers' money. She says that she compares that picture to Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. That's a disgrace. Not only that, the seniors and the residents in my taxes are going up 3 times the amount. It's the same alderman that endorsed Prince Katie that just raised our taxes 3 times, and she still want to play incompetent and say that she don't know? I'm not going to have it, and to be honest with you, Maze, they're planning a protest. That's fine. A protest is not going to work. We have the 24th hour, and the people are on the 1 yard line. I have a lawyer right now looking into seeing if I can file a TRO to emergency injunction to stop this mess.
A TRO. Oh, he says a temporary. That is Andre Smith. Now, Andre Smith is running for alderman of the 20th Ward. He is also recently elected the vice president of what's in it for the Black People First. Andre, always on the front line, always in the mix, speaking up. So, look, y'all, we got to figure out where do Black people stand on this? Is this a thing? Am I crazy? Like, I guess he said the mega shelter. So should mega shelters be opened up in Black neighborhoods around the city? Do you care? Or are we being racist and xenophobic? I think Riis think we being racist and xenophobic. Where are they supposed to go? I say we move them to the Taco Tuesdays in Forest Park. See, they always...
It's sad that these things did not happen to us, but we, it's a time for us to make a change. Let's not become the people that held us back.
We can't hold nobody back. We ain't got nothing to hold them back with.
I mean, we can. It sounds like we don't. We don't want to allow them in our neighborhoods and kick them out. Just like you said, man. These people. This state is like this. I can see if it's not a welcoming state, but this state is like this. So if they come in your neighborhood, unfortunately, this is where you live at.
Can I tell you what's the funniest thing though? I bet you won't hear Chewy talk about it. And I bet you they ain't going to open them up in Latino neighborhoods like that.
They might open up a few.
But they going to concentrate on me. Let's just be clear. Chewy Garcia. So this is the fumble, guys. This is the opportunity to fumble. So here's what you need to understand. If Chewy is trying to become the moderate candidate, Riis, the moderate middle class white folks are not going to want to know that them commercials that all them Trump people you be talking about? All of them 41st wards, all of them 19th wards, them Beverlys, all of them areas where Madigan people are? the 19th Ward, the 13th Ward, the 14th Ward, over on that southwest side, all those Rita men, the Rita men don't want no shelters in their neighborhoods. All the Catholic League, ask any Catholic League school, do they want some shelters in their neighborhoods? No. And those are the voters that Chewy needs. Guys, this is the fumble right here. See, the mayor now her people are crazy to have her making this request 56 days before the election. Riis, if she needs black votes, I'm just telling you, black folks ain't going for that. Carly, you on the Mays Jackson Show. What's up?
Good morning. How are you? Good morning. How are you?
All right, good. How are you? Who there?
This is Joe. That caller before Andre Smith is ignorant. He's sitting there going toe to toe with Riis, and he don't even know the process or when they come from Texas across the border or what they go through. That guy is very ignorant. No, not Andre Smith, the caller before him. James, I think that was his name. He's very ignorant. I don't even know why you let him call in your show. He's ignorant. Ignorant. You know, and Riis was trying to be calm about it, but he kept trying to go back and forth with Riis. He needs to learn the process. You know, and that's what he knows. He probably don't even know how to spell process, and that's all I got to say about him.
Okay, now did you have another comment, or you just wanted to curse James out?
I just wanted to get on him. Okay. See, that guy's ignorant.
Thank you, Carl.
He sounds like he's guilty.
Okay, I don't want to keep on banging. What's up? We got anybody else on the line? Carly on the Mays Jackson Show. So should our neighborhoods be opened up to the migrants? Should we open up the 56 closed schools to migrants?
No, we should not. Good morning, bro. What's going on, man? What's up, family?
Good morning. Good morning. Who the? Oh, this sounds like Devo. Oh,
This
Devo.
Devin, man.
What up, Devo? What up?
Hey, nothing much, man.
First of all, get the round of applause. Get the button. Shout out to the president, the new president of What's in It for the Black People. He was recently elected. Give him a big shout out. Him and Andre, look at the president and vice president tag team and call them back to back. What's up, Devo?
Man, nothing. Definitely shout out to the next alderman of the 20th Ward, Mr. Andre Smith. He is correct. He is not only correct, but he has been proactive in providing information to the community on this topic. If schools are considered critical infrastructure because of the public safety resources that they command, when you place a shelter next to critical infrastructure, those people have to be vetted. Now, I do agree with Dr. Tanksley. We're not being xenophobic. We're not being any anti-anything. But Andre is correct. When that child was snatched walking to school, the incumbent did not respond appropriately. And the community had to go and investigate and find out what was going on with that child. We cannot afford to lose any women or any children to any type of anything in that community or any community. So we need more meetings, we need more discussions, and there needs to be an impact study performed on what this will do to that community. Woodlawn has no Spanish-speaking resources outside of Metropolitan Family Services if they're over there in that community. So my wife said Metropolitan ain't even in Woodlawn. So what is the support? They're going to import support to support the people that they imported? Come on, man. So it's not implemented properly. There are huge security and safety implications, and we just need further discussion. And I believe, like Marjorie said in the chat, I think the alderman did know, and she's just been in cahoots with the mayor, and we just been getting played. So I'm going to land the plane there, and Happy New Year. Let's get to work, y'all. Love y'all, man. I'm out. Peace.
There it is. So, I guess my thing is, are we as black folks, so right or wrong, we elect people to speak our viewpoint. Here's the conundrum that I think the local alderman will be in, and I'd like to invite the local alderman, Alderman Taylor, the opportunity. I welcome the opportunity to allow her to come in and give us an update as to what's going on. I think ideologically, the alderman identifies as a socialist. And so essentially, I think it would be against their core beliefs to deny those people sanctuary. But it is a challenge now because she represents a predominantly black neighborhood. This becomes the moment of black first or socialist first, right? Like not, or Democrat first, or however you look at it, right? Again, I think the challenge is, this is me just providing some insight. I think that if you look at the philosophical underpinnings of CTU, if you look at the philosophical underpinnings of the socialists, right? I think it traps up quite a few people, including Chewy, which is why you're not going to hear him talk very much about it. Because essentially, if he goes against the migrants, when he goes against the migrants, Riis, then he compromises himself with his traditional base. See, and he's going to have to be with the migrants, because if he makes it to the runoff and it's not Brandon Johnson, he cannot alienate CTU and SEIU and all of those people who will come home. So now, the people that are that have a conundrum over this migrant issue, Chewy Garcia, which is why he has to be pressed on the issue. This is the fumble. This is the challenge of front runner status. Because quiet as it's kept, I would tell you that I bet you in Little Village they ain't like, ooh, open this up. Because Little Village recognizes that the migrants coming aren't from Mexico. So I don't think that you're going to see the same. And we are clear. They are clear about their racial distinctions. They're not going to be compromised. When it was black woman, white man, they went white man. If it's black Latino, they're going to go Latino. But if Chewy Garcia moves into their neighborhood and says, hey, we're going to turn your old neighborhood school into a migrant shelter, well, Paul Vallis moves into that spot. See, so this migrant issue is going to be the issue for Chewy Garcia, for Brandon Johnson, because we got to ask Brandon, where does he stand? Am I making any sense here? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Carly on the Mays Jackson Show. Caller, you there?
Yeah, hello?
Hello?
Yeah, May?
Yes.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Who's this?
I was calling in. This is Betty Ray from I live on the southwest side near Midway Airport.
Hey, Betty Ray, how you doing?
I listen to you every day.
You do?
Okay. Yes. I'm calling today because, this is nothing new about sanctuary cities. If anybody know the word of God, it's in the scriptures, and it ain't just got there. It's been there years. God set that up, didn't he?
Okay. Wait, God set up what? Sanctuary cities?
sanctuary cities. It's in the scripture. I don't know the scripture right offhand. Maybe a preacher that know it can call in, or maybe somebody could Google it, and it'll come up telling you about the sanctuary city.
So you support
Remember,
the sanctuary?
Moses had to go.
So do you support the migrants moving into your neighborhood?
Well, I support the way, because I support it going on because it's in scripture. But the way they doing it, they need to get together and do it together as human beings. So we all done had to go someplace with faith at one time or another. But the one thing that I don't like about it, they don't do the African. They don't do people coming from Africa right. They need to start doing it. If they need a place to get away from danger, I don't see anything wrong with it. But do it honestly and fairly across the board.
Okay. So, okay.
Because they bring it, let them come in. They don't let them in. They put them back on that little boat they put them on and put a hole in it, sort of sink on the way back so the alligators can eat them up. I don't like the way they do them. I ain't got nothing against with sanctuary cities, but if you don't do it right, do it evenly across the board and equally across the board. Because everybody's trying to find a safe place to be, you know.
Okay, now
one thing they probably need to do,
go ahead.
They probably need to get rid of those leaders in those countries out the way and put something decent in their seats so they won't have to be running for safety. Huh?
You right. Okay,
so
wait, you listen to us. Now let me tell you, where you listen to us at? You listen to us on Facebook every day?
I listen to you on that 1590, on that 15 radio station. And when you go off there, I try to find you on Facebook. I can't find you every day. I'm going to have my daughter. I don't know how to do it. I'm going to have my daughter to hook me up on your Facebook page.
So, if you ever need us to help, we will come and do it. I will come and do it for you. I love listeners like yourself. So if you tell Riis, if you put your number in there for Riis and you need us to come hook it up, I personally will come set your Facebook up, because that really means a lot to me that you would follow us from the radio to the TV. So I'm here to support you. So Riis, write that number down. What's your name? Betty Ray?
Yeah.
Betty Ray. So Riis gonna get your number for me, and then I'm gonna call and I'm gonna make arrangements to come get your internet. And you ain't got no cats, do you?
I ain't got nothing. Ain't no four-legged. I came from Arkansas. When we went in the house, they went under the house. They didn't come in the house with us.
You from where I'm from? They'll call us animal cruelty now. Back in the day, the dog and the cat didn't never come in the house.
Oh, no, those folks wasn't having it. They went under the house and we went in the house. Those folks wasn't playing that.
I heard that. So,
I came from the country.
You came from what part of Arkansas?
I came from Cotton Plant, Arkansas.
Cotton Plant? That's the name of it, Cotton Plant?
Mm-hmm. That's the name of a cotton plant. My sister's the mayor down there now. This is her second term.
Your sister's the mayor? Oh, yeah. You're going to have to get her to call in on the Maze Jackson show, and we're going to have to make us a trip to Cotton Plant, Arkansas. Is that anywhere near Pine Bluff?
It's near Pine Bluff or Brinkley, Arkansas.
What?
Brinkley, Forest City.
Okay, look at you. So
Thursday, Newport.
All right, now let me tell you one last thing before you get off this phone. Since you're on the southwest side, you go check out Riis at Bowfields, and you go make him come out the kitchen and make him say what's up, because he gonna be funny, but then he gonna be laughing because he gonna be happy. Betty Ray, you made my day. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson show. You there? Give us a call, 872-259-7474.
Maze, Happy New Year.
Who this? Is this Deacon?
No, this your boy Ricky Hendricks.
Oh, MC Ricky D. Hey, y'all. Y'all should have seen Ricky. They pay Ricky his worth over at the white people station. What's up, Ricky Hendricks? Hey, man, Ricky, you, man. Ricky, I'm about to, when y'all gonna get on the radio, man? When y'all gonna get on some TV spots, man? This is y'all thing to lose, man. Y'all tripping, man. And Ricky, why you let the church people take over, man? What's going on? This is war. You gotta go tell him to read Joshua.
I talked to Willie Wilson. We starting ads on all the black stations and all the black newspapers this week. I'll be with him today. And he definitely said, we got to get Mays Jackson. We got to get an invoice or something. But I just wanted to thank you for coming on with me last week, man. My Facebook blew up. The station blew up. You just brought a great perspective, great energy those 2 days. And we just love you at WCPT. And, they pay me, I know my worth, and I just wasn't brokering no more. That's why I don't have a regular show. But if a slot opens up, I'm sure they're going to give me a regular show because I am the guest co-host. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I want to be on, they give me days or whatever. But I wanted to thank you, man, for coming on and wish you a Happy New Year. And I just wanted to say on this issue, I'm all for humanitarian, this, that, and the other, but why are they not putting them in the Latino neighborhoods where they speak Spanish, where they would have all those resources and just natural to do? And we know the answer, but like you said, the Mexican community, they don't even like Puerto Ricans, truth be told. They don't like Cubans.
You trying to get a letter, man? They going to write a letter about you, man. They going to write a letter.
And I'm trying to be honest. And like I said, I voted for Latinos. I support the humanitarian, but they should go in the Latino wards. They really should. And the black schools that they are now opening up, they couldn't find no money to open them up as trade schools. They couldn't find no money to reopen them as schools. People need to remember the history. Rahm Emanuel closed those black schools. And nobody's, we want to reopen them for trade schools. And we can have trade schools in the Latino community as well. But if these were black from Africa or black displaced from something that happened on the South Side or wherever, I guarantee you the Latino aldermen would not be as open and welcoming as we are. Black people, we love everybody. We welcome everybody. And we're not racist by saying that they should go in the Latino ward. They should. I'll get a letter, but that's where they should go. I'm not saying they shouldn't go nowhere, but the governor of Texas and Florida doing is horrible. But those resources should be put in the Latino neighborhoods. Some of them could use those resources, and the people will be in a natural place where they speak the same language. That's all I'm saying.
All right. That's anybody else on the line? Carly, you on the Mays Jackson Show. What's up?
Hello, this is Katie. How are you? Happy New Year.
Katie, what's up? Katie from the South Side, president of the phone club. Y'all should have seen y'all should have seen Katie. She came with her hair whipped to the Whiftable party. I think she was Riis. If she ain't have a man at home, she was trying to take one the other night. But I tell y'all what, what's up, Katie?
Hello. I agree with Ricky and the other callers. I mean, that's the reason why we on the bottom, is because we're not thinking about ourselves and putting the mask on ourselves. Okay, and they should go over to the Hispanic neighborhoods. The Hispanic neighborhoods probably don't want them. They don't want them. Put them over there. That's where they belong. That's where they will fit in best at. We have to take care of our own. What about our children and our grandchildren? My granddaughter's got to be educated. If she is not done right in this city, she will leave and go somewhere else. Where she'll go, I don't know, because all over this country it's the same way. But we have to take care of our own. The people, the black people in this city that don't have the means. Look over there where they sell the drugs over there on the west side. They need to be helped. Look on the south side where they can't find opportunities. Look at the businesses. It's like Byron. What have the mayor done for us that has brought us to the next step? That's what has she? We need to have a report, intricate report. What has she done for us that we brought to the next step? My granddaughter, all these children, they need to be educated. They need to have careers, and they don't need to pay a bunch of money for half their life. They got to pay for the education, more than half their life. I am very strong about that. What is being done for the black people in this city? And we so giving to the other people. That's why we're on the bottom. We're on the bottom. So I don't agree with this mess. Put them over in a Hispanic neighborhood. That's my comment. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ooh-wee. Katie, y'all, you know the elder black folks, boy. What church y'all be going to? Riis like he trying to go to heaven.
Nah, they just grew up in an era. So growing
up in an era, dog.
I mean, I think I grew up in both the eras, like the Say A Lot, I'm Black and I'm Proud area, and then like the era to where, we try to, like realize everyone is human, where we try to do like equal rights. So like I feel it. I feel the pain, but I just think because I was born at a time where I can really more understand it. Y'all was really born, where your parents had just came from their grandparents who was, slaves or something like that. And so like that mind, you know what I'm saying? What you said you born? You said you born
1971.
Like 71. Probably 10 years before that, it was still black sit here, white sit here. You know what I'm saying? So you see how you grew up in a total different generation.
Did you say that? But y'all gotta forget Riis was a maniac Latin disciple who went to Prosser. Yeah, so you gotta forget he gotta stay loyal to the brothers.
Right. So when I grew up, school had already been, you know what I'm saying, anybody can like go to school. It was so different by the time that I came. I got to see the tail end of it, and then ushered in like a new like era, I would say. So like I would say I get it, I understand, but we have to also understand and be, and what if it was us, which it was, and they treat us, and you saw how they treat us. So do we treat people the same way, or do we be like, it's your turn to get it, or do we be like, do we open?
No, it's our turn to get it. It's our turn to get ours. That's all I'm saying. I can't worry about. Okay. It's been a long.
If we being realistic, we're not going to get it. Like I wish we would. Like we're never going to get it. We missed it.
We ain't gonna get it because we always being like, give it to somebody else.
Because we missed it. It was so long ago. We missed it. It was the wrong era. If it was now, we would have got it right now. But it's not. We missed it. So now, unfortunately, because we missed it, we gotta be. We can't be crying now. 50 years later, 60 years later, talking about some reparation. We're not gonna get it. We're not gonna get it. We can't say 40 acres in a mule.
I know.
1865. We're not gonna get it.
I know.
We're not gonna get it.
I'm with you.
So does that mean because we didn't get our fair shake
that we should give our? Well,
we be rude or we be mad or something like that, or you know what I'm saying? Like no, we don't. We turn other cheek. We be the better people. You know what I'm saying? We change. We can't keep the same cycle on.
See, that's why I still ain't
what
went
about
to
them people? Was they thinking put their mask on first in 1950? Huh?
Yeah. And then they burnt it up.
And look what they
burnt it.
So we should be like them.
No, I'm saying, man, let me get my own neighborhood. If you're going to put $53 million somewhere, don't put it when you got somebody new. Like, it's like, oh, your mama going to clean the house because you got company over? No, man. Keep my house clean every day. Call her, you on the Mays Jackson show. We going to put new sheets on the bed because we got somebody new coming. Always. And I got to sleep on the raggedy. Nah, I'm sleeping on these sheets before anybody. Call her, you on the Mays Jackson show.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's up, caller?
Good morning. Good. I agree with the last two callers who was talking about, even with State Senator Ricky Hennon. If you remember, Calumet High School, about a year and a half ago, they tried to use that as a shelter. And we went to Father Flager and asked him about it. He said, go to the alderman, which the alderman is Howard Brookins at the time. And he tried to throw it to saying that it was the mayor's idea who did that. But I understand what people come to, because you got these people, homeless people, they walk through your neighborhoods, they stand in front of stores, they stand at bus stops, and you got a school right down the street there, Paul Cuffey, which is right there at 83rd and Racine. So I can understand the situation, but my thing is, like Senator Ricky and the last caller said, how come you can't put them in a Latino neighborhood? Why bring them, over there in the 24th? Because I don't know, I did hear on a press conference where they were in the Austin area,
stealing mail from the residents, going in their house stealing mail. So it's a big situation on what they're going through. And all the politicians, the only thing they're looking at is votes, and they're trying to please everybody. And that's all I got to say, buddy.
All right. Thank you, caller. Oh, man.
All right. That's all I got to say.
I appreciate you. Is that it, Reese? We got any other callers? All right. We'll take the last call, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. Reese say, man, like we should welcome in city. Okay. Take like June, what we going to call it? June 20. What? We're going to change it from Juneteenth. You think they're going to be celebrating with us?
I mean, we celebrate, and we're ignorant for celebrating. We literally celebrate a holiday where people came to tell us that we were free 2 years ago. Come on, but I'm blind. That's I gotta knock it off. And then the next month, the other people will celebrate the 4th of July on y'all.
Hey, y'all. Reese making fun of y'all. He making fun of Wakanda. He done went under. What's the underwater? What's them people? He with the swimmers. Reese got him some fins, y'all. He got him some. He underwater. What's old boy name? From Black Panther, who said they'll need us in the end. Why you didn't after they killed his mama? But it's okay. Carly, it's the Maze Jackson Show. What you got?
Hi, Maze. Just a note about the alderman saying she don't know. I heard, and I think this is a fact, that nothing can come in an alderman's community. No business, no school, no anything without the alderman knowing it first.
No. That stopped. So just let me let you know, just for the record, when the mayor came in and said she was ending aldermanic prerogative, right? This was kind of why I was telling y'all that you don't want people from downtown making decisions in your neighborhood. So now there isn't aldermanic prerogative, and if you're let me not say a weak alderman, but an alderman that is not a friend of the mayor, then the mayor can pile on you. Now, I would tell you that part of the reason that the mayor put Wadsworth in Jeanette Taylor's area is to inflame the black vote against her, right? Like, so I want y'all to be clear that's like, I think it's crazy that the mayor is asking for $53.5 million, but I do think that she is strategically placing those migrants in Jeanette Taylor's area. Why, Reese? Because Jeanette Taylor, by her socialist background, is bound to support them, and so it puts her in a conundrum with her own community, right? You ever heard of a poison pill? That's what it is. So if you, and is the caller still there? Caller, so just so you understand. Okay, so there is a such thing.
Okay, thank you for the.
Go ahead.
Thank you for the update. What I want to say about the migrants coming, historically and today, Reese, when migrants come to America, the first thing they want to do is to fit in. They want to fit in the American culture. And the American culture is to hate black people because they want to fit in. If you don't believe me, you need to read your history. You need to read who's in Lombard. How do they feel about us, Filipinos and all those folks? How do they feel about blacks in Lombard? How do they feel about us in little Saigon up there on Argyle? Anywhere. So we have to understand this. We have to look at our future. You have children. These same foreigners, these same migrants that are coming to this country, your children's and your grandchildren's competitors. And they are always going to take first over us because they're not black. So when you say you want them to come in because they have nowhere to go, you have to think about your children and grandchildren. They could be president of the United States before your children. Their whole thing, they might come in here feeling good, but they want to be white. They want to fit in. And to fit in this country is to not like black people. Have a nice day.
I thank you very much. Anybody else on the line? All right, Reese, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to close because you.
Nah, I get it. I get it, y'all. Trust me. I don't want y'all to think that I read the history books. I know who did us wrong. I know how we was did wrong and everything. And I just think so my generation, we just look at things differently. We don't want to keep the same thing happening. Yeah, I guess we always are welcoming, and like it's hard to really say like no to not let people in that have nowhere to go. I don't know if it's because how my grandma raised me, how I used to feed the homeless or whatnot, so I can, I look at people that different. But I just know that we was once done wrong, and I know that we can't, make it better if we doing the same. Yes, we should have got this. Yeah, we should have. Yeah, a lot of stuff we didn't get, we still should get reparations, all that, but if we being realistic, we're never going to get it. So now, how long are we going to keep saying that we need it? Like, at what generation are we going to stop and be like, all right, y'all, we ain't going to get it. Let's be the best that we can be. These people, you talking about something, they could be the president. First of all, none of them people that came here can be the president because you have to be born in the United States. So I'm not worried about that. And it's cool. And all the people that's talking about something, they going to take away jobs. It's jobs that's already here, and black people ain't going to go apply for anyway. But as soon as they go apply for them and get them, they're going to be like, oh, man, they get all the jobs and stuff like that. But it's cool. I get it. We have been handicapped. And when we see that sometimes we do have advantages, I look at Mays, I look at Tennille, they ain't let that hold them back from saying all this. Like, it's how you look at the situation. So now we can take it as, okay, man, they're going to come in and steal all these resources, or we can take it like, all right, well, some new people come in. We've been here. This is our land. And just like go for it with it, man. I really don't know like what to say, but it's just crazy how, like we would rather them just, like I don't know. It's just crazy, man.
So I think that what I think the difference in between us growing up is that we always want to forget, and we hope that the next generation is, but the white kids and the Latino kids and all of them, it's like when you grow up in Bolingbrook, and all the white kids and all the Latino kids and all of the Asian kids and the black kids, they all play together. But when they get older, and they all date, they all do all of that stuff. But when they get older, they be like, ooh, I know better. That was the things that I did when I was a kid. The funniest comment I got right now is why every black dude that joined the Mexican gang wind up thinking he Mexican. I thought that was pretty funny. Cause it's like you be around the people, like it's the black, like in Bolingbrook we had the Rude Boys. It was folks, vice lords, and the Rude Boys. And the black dudes that was Rude Boys, they was Rude Boys till the world blew up. And we thought that the Rude Boys was a white gang, but the black dudes in it, they was Rude Boys and they was black to the Rude Boys, but to them they was Rude Boys before they was black. That was just funny. All right, man. Anybody else on the line? That it?
And what's wrong with it? Somebody said just watch. There'll be the president of the United States. And that's okay. I want you guys to know that. That is okay if one of them do become the president of the United States. We've had a black president, right? That's okay, guys. It's all right.
Look at Riis. He said y'all not gonna stress me in 2023. Right. Look, y'all, this is the Mays Jackson Show. I'm trying to be out on time nowadays, cause y'all be getting spoiled. So anyway, it's the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. For Mays, Riis, and Ruthie, I am the host where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Mays said we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case, he was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm